listening to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. To my left is my man Winston. Winston's in the building.
The return.
What up?
Oh,
It's the
shit.
return.
And right in front of me is my man Deryk. Yeah. On the boards.
For those of you who don't know, that was an Outcast reference. The
What?
return of the G.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice. Thanks,
Winston.
Damn.
Glad to be
I know.
back.
Look who's back, huh?
Yeah, back like he never left. We missed you, dog.
Dude. Hey,
I
thanks,
know
bro.
he posted that he was going to be here, and I was like, damn, look who it is.
Yep.
Well, look who it is. Yeah.
That's what I say to my cat every morning.
And it's like, what, 2 weeks? I think
It was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it makes it feel like 3 because of the wait.
Yeah.
Big shit popping in Winston world, so
Yeah.
happy to have you back, bro.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Started off. How you been?
Good, dude. Just fucking been chilling, doing shit around the house, fucking
What was that?
doing shit around the house.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
This man, and don't sell yourself short. You still grinding this Masters, bro.
Yep. I am.
This
Yep.
man's in the trenches.
With Chat GPT.
Yeah. Sometimes it does it completely wrong, and I gotta go in there and redo it. But
Hey, man.
Eventually-
it starts you out, gives you a little template.
it does. It's nice.
Let's be honest. Eventually, we're all going to be instructing AI to do shit anyway.
Dude,
It's gonna be
for real.
nice. It's
That's-
gonna be
that's
nice.
the
I
future.
can't wait.
It's gonna
I
be,
can't wait.
It's gonna be taking jobs, as long as it doesn't take our jobs, it'll be nice.
But if we use it to our strategy, it'd be like, hey, do this. Hey, do this. Do that. And then
Yeah.
we can focus on what we want to do.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And then they're gonna make an AI to do that for us.
Bro, oh,
I know, right?
Yeah.
without tangenting too much into AI, later on Street Champs, we'll have to mention how Denver opened its first fully automated McDonald's.
Oh, for sure.
No humans.
Oh, yeah, I seen that shit.
For
It's
sure.
gonna fuck a lot of shit up.
Yeah.
But irrelevant to that.
There's
what
not
else?
gonna be AI sports though.
Nah,
No AI sports.
that'd be lame.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah.
But
What about AI music? What do you think?
Oh, for sure.
I've
That shit's gonna
seen
happen.
Have you had?
I've seen
I
AI
haven't heard
lyrics
any of it.
written before.
Yeah, they should write lyrics. Yeah.
I've seen AI lyrics written, and it was like long time ago, and it was like little footnotes of all these other different songs. It seemed like
I've heard
kind
some of these AI artists trash. That shit's trash. Like
Yeah.
it was
One
garbage.
did get signed. I'm
sucked.
pretty sure y'all saw that. And
Yeah,
then
just because of it being existing. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Irrelevant,
the
but-
only reason. Yeah.
freaking
Shit
AI,
was
man.
trash. Like. I know AI is crazy, bro. They're gonna take over.
How was your week, Rick? G?
It was good. It was good. No studio this week. Just had a lot of shit to do. I was lumber Rick, not lumberjack. Lumber Rick had to fucking
True.
cut down a tree. Well, the wind blew it down in my yard, and I had to cut that bitch up
Grim.
and pull it. I still gotta cut it up, like the big main piece. I still
Yo,
gotta
just
cut up. and
Playing
burn.
OT Genesis
I gotta
in the
burn.
lawn. No shirt on, just cut it.
You're right.
Cut it.
I'm gonna be burning all day tomorrow. All
Nice.
day tomorrow, I'm gonna be burning.
Get
I'm gonna be
them.
burning a lot of wood. We have so much fucking so much yard work. So dealing with that. But I have a lot of beats that I'm writing to right now. It's gonna be fire. So that's it. Check out everything that I'm dropping soon. Follow me everywhere at the link below. Don't forget to hit subscribe too if you're messing with the sports. Bless you.
Thanks.
Messing with the sports podcast. Nothing crazy. How about you?
None major really. Tomorrow I'm going to the Colorado Springs Tanner Gun Show.
I know this dude was like, "Wait, I ain't going out with y'all.
Bro,
I ain't going out with y'all. I'm gonna be buying another pistol."
that's the goal. You know,
I'm not
had
gonna hate because
one-
I want another AR.
One day I was just kind of like thinking, I was like, I got one gun and two hands. This is a mathematical issue right here.
I hate this guy.
This is a
What are
dilemma.
you in The Last of Us? Well, what do you need? Why?
Mostly I just want a smaller profile
Concealed.
EDC
Good. That'd be good.
because you
need one.
you've seen the
My 43 is like a pound and a half. Bro.
So I'm
Literally a pound
I'm
and a
probably
half
gonna
down.
get a
light
43X. The only difference is because
Dude,
yeah,
I wanted the X, but I was like, oh, I'm already gonna get this 43.
I'm trying to get one the 43X MOS, which just comes optics ready.
Damn, that's fire. How
So that
much
thing
is
is-
that though?
It's about like $20 or $30 more depending on where you go. But the problem is
Oh, that's
the
no
optic,
shit.
bro. Optics rival the price of the handgun.
I want to get some optics for my handguns that I have now.
Yeah, we gotta go
We're
shooting more.
Glock boys. We're
Oh, yeah.
Glock boys, dude. Glock. Both of us have 19s.
Yep.
Both of us are gonna have 43s now.
Yeah, that's the
That's
goal.
fire.
But
I need optics though. I got to step up my optics for this guy then.
other
He's
than
talking
that,
optics.
it's been a pretty chill week. Just been like in the trenches with the sports podcast. You know what I'm saying? I got to follow all my Chiefs podcasts because we're all these moves are being made in free agency, man, and we've been anticipating like a veteran wide receiver or two, and I'm just like chomping at the bit to see what we do. And it's crazy because it's like this is another year. Like last year, we lost Tyreek, and like everyone was overreacting. They were like, the Chiefs won't win their division.
Lost Juju too.
Yeah, we lost Juju to the Patriots. That's tough, but I'm happy for him. He was a little injury prone, so that's why the Chiefs were hesitant to give him like a deal that secured multiple years for fear of his injuries coming back to fruition. But
should we keep talking football?
Yeah, we can.
Might as well.
Hey, give me a whistle, Deryk.
Yeah,
give me a good little.
We can go right into that.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So, the Chiefs have
There
signed
you go.
Jawan Taylor, a right tackle for Jacksonville, who only allowed like 16 pressures and 5 sacks last season in the league for Jacksonville. So that's rather impressive.
Jawan Taylor, nice.
We're anticipating he's going to go to left tackle because that's what we did with Orlando Brown Jr. And Orlando Brown Jr. is now a Bengal. And first of all, Orlando Brown Jr. fumbled the bag big time. So this fool last year, the Chiefs offered him like a 6-year deal that would have paid him like $23 million a year. And like some of it was like written into signing bonuses. Some of it was less guaranteed. But yeah, $23 million a year. He would have been the highest paid tackle of all time. And he turns it down. And now he's a Bengal and he's making $16 million a year for 3 years.
Did he have to go to right tackle in order to get that contract, or
I don't know those stipulations. The only key difference between the Bengals contract verbiage and the Chiefs contract verbiage was that the Bengals had more upfront guarantees, which means he gets his money like instantly.
Yeah.
Which is a injury savvy like deal. So if you fathom that you could be injured, you're not really risking as many dollars as to where if the Chiefs, he could have sacrificed dollars had he got hurt.
Yeah.
But the point is if $23 million a year wasn't enough to secure you, I think it was the long-term part that really like burdened him mentally. And to think about it, I'm kind of glad that we didn't end up pulling the trigger on that because our O-line is all about to get paid or going to seemingly want to get paid.
For sure.
We have Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. Both are going to be eligible for money at the same time. Creed's about to get a bag, I guarantee it.
And Trey Smith.
And Trey Smith deserves it. Trey Smith totally deserves it, but we can't pay those two. We can't pay them, Jawan Taylor, and we're already paying Joe Thuney.
Yeah.
Those are all, like our whole offensive line, because we're trying to protect our investment that is Patrick Mahomes, is paid. And with that, you can't go get receivers. You can't go get star free agents. Your draft stock is kind of limited because of your finances and who you have anticipating the 53-man already. But the sentiment last season, we lost Tyreek, and they're like, they're not going to win the division. And then like we just had a fucking parade in Kansas City, and they're all like, what are the Chiefs going to do at wide receiver? I'm like, we just took a bunch of wide receiver 2s and Travis Kelce and won the Super Bowl. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say one wide receiver 2 and a bunch of wide receiver 3s.
Exactly. Now, we look thin right now. We got Kadarius Toney as wide receiver 1, expected. T. Kelsey's obviously a wide receiver and a tight end's body. But we got MVS coming back. We got Sky Moore. We have Justin Ross, who's that Clemson player who had a weird injury, was feared that he may or may not play again. He's been showing a lot of workout videos on Twitter these last 24 hours that have been blowing up Chiefs Kingdom, which has been hilarious because everyone's overreacting.
Yeah.
He legit posted a video of him running up a hill, and then one of I can't remember which podcaster said he's like, oh, he's going for 1,000 next season.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, pump the brakes, buddy.
That's hilarious.
We also got John Ross on a futures deal, the fastest combine time ever at like 4.22 speed.
Yeah, he's been out of the league for a little bit, though.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on him.
He's kind of like your McCole Hardman replacement.
If he can stay healthy, he's going to tear it up. But with his frame and his play style, that's really hard to anticipate. But with all this news, OBJ is not signed to a team yet. He's linked to a couple. Like the Jets want him, the Chiefs want him, and then the Bills want him. But I don't know who's going to give him what he wants financially because someone claimed he wanted $20 million a year. I don't think
the Chiefs can afford that.
The Chiefs won't give him that. The Chiefs are going to give him $4 million in an incentive-based deal where you get 1,000 yards. Here's like $1 million. You like lead the team in receptions. Here's a half. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of deal that he was going to be signing up for if he comes to Kansas City. But if he joins Kansas City, he's wide receiver 1 in the first practice. Like obviously wide receiver 1's still Kelsey. That's not going to change, but that would be huge. And then the other one is 31-year-old. I have to caveat that 31-year-old DeAndre Hopkins. Again, we've never had that type of receiver with Mahomes, like a go get it, like vertical type dude who can get jump balls. Like,
can you guys afford his salary though?
The only way now, the reason I mention that is if we've noticed this, Brandon Cooks signed with Dallas, and when he signed, they immediately renegotiated his contract significantly.
They traded for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they traded for him, and then upon signing him, renegotiated to where his salary cap hit is nowhere near the likes of what it was. That kind of sets a tone with the free agent wide receiver market because, let's be honest, last year Christian Kirk reset the market. He went to Jacksonville. They gave him way too much money. Not to say he's not a good player, but when they gave him all that money, like Tyreek was about to accept a $20 million, like 4-year deal to the Chiefs and was in positive negotiations. Kirk goes to Jacksonville. Everyone looks around the room like, I'm better than him. I need to be making more money than he's making. That stalled all Chiefs negotiations, and then the rest was history.
Good job, Christian.
Homie went to Miami. But the reason I'm mentioning that is because teams are trying to like vocally say like we're not gonna. This is not the trend. We're not overpaying receiver moving forward. Like you guys, your wide receiver doesn't deserve to be making like quarterback money 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 4 years ago. So that being considered, Brandon Cooks having to renegotiate is a sign that the money is for the market is not as volatile as it was last year. The talent's not as good either. But like Mecole Hardman, he just went to the Jets for like. I think it was like a $6 million deal. Not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Were the Chiefs willing to give him that? Probably not in the form of a cap hit.
Yeah, Mecole Hardman's basically a special teams player, though.
He's a jet sweep gadget guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's capable of vertical routes, but like he didn't develop as much as we would have liked.
Yeah, I agree.
So like I think that if we were to get DeAndre Hopkins, it would have to be on the good faith that he's going to show up and renegotiate right away. Because right now, I think we have like $11 million in cap because they renegotiated some of Mahomes' salary. So that's kind of, and that's not including money we're gonna have to set aside for our draft class. So it's all considerable. Do I really want DeAndre Hopkins? I would love DeAndre Hopkins for the last 2 years of this contract on something renegotiated because let's face it, he's probably gonna hint at retirement if he wants to in 2 years because he's gonna be 33 years old. How many 33-year-old wide receivers are really like putting out 1,000-yard seasons anymore?
Yeah.
So,
he could do it with the Chiefs. Did Juju get 1,000 receiving yards last year?
I think he was just shy of it.
Just shy of it. I mean,
Yeah.
if Juju can do it, DeAndre Hopkins is definitely getting it.
Yeah, and Juju's a possessions guy, so and DeAndre Hopkins is just like he's still a beast. Like he's still like an animal when it comes to going and getting the ball. His vision when it comes to like following the ball and shit, that's just like unparalleled, even at his 31 years of age.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of wide receivers, the Broncos have been trying to trade Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy.
Judy's linked to the Browns.
The Browns, but they just got Brandon Cook. Or no, it was linked to the Cowboys, but then they got Brandon Cooks, and then the Browns just got Elijah Moore, I believe,
from the Jets.
Yep. So it's like we're waiting to trade Jerry Jeudy, and these other wide receivers are getting locked up. So it's like,
why are we trying to trade him?
Well, he
doesn't fit the Sean Payton system to be.
Yeah,
I see you.
So Sean Payton typically likes a more possession wide receiver like Michael Thomas.
Yep.
And then likes a really vertical, really fast person to spread the field. And Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy aren't either of those.
No.
Exactly.
But you guys have Tim Patrick coming back, who I think before he got hurt, Tim Patrick was like a top 10 receiver in the league. His numbers might not have reflected
killing it.
Yeah.
His numbers might not reflect it because he's had like dick for OCs and quarterbacks and fucking like head coaching. No offense to the Broncos, but like he still shined through that.
No, he was doing good.
This motherfucker went like this.
He's
said
coming
no
off.
offense to the Broncos.
He's coming off.
Don't do that to me. He said no offense to the Broncos.
He's coming off an ACL injury, so that might hurt. But I think he is a Michael Thomas-like wide receiver. He's in the slot. You know, he's large. He has great hands. Not that I would know.
You would know. I think you would know.
But
Pause.
Right?
Yeah.
Resume.
So we're gonna get a fast guy probably late in the draft because I don't see any wide receivers in free agency that are super fast, that are reliable. So yeah,
ZZ be jumping on the Zoom board. I
so
love
we'll
it.
see. Broncos kind of looking good. Hopefully we can get a running back, but that's not looking like that's happening either.
So
maybe one in the draft. We'll see.
That's what the Chiefs are really like. Basically,
We're struggling a little
We're
bit.
basically forced to get a running back because as of right now, Jerick McKinnon is still a free agent. The only running backs on our team technically is just Clyde and Isaiah Pacheco, and Clyde is probably never going to play another snap for us. He didn't even.
Why is that?
He didn't. He just kind of got outplayed. His position got like overtaken, and then it was reported he didn't even attend the Kansas City parade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which sounds like some haste if I
Yeah.
had to bet. So if I had to assume, he's probably like butthurt that he lost his starting position. But Isaiah Pacheco is a fucking beast. Like it's not personal. He just like you were getting hurt and he started thriving. It is what it is. Like the man like earned his position. So I think the bridge is burned. So I doubt he's going to come back or at least be willing to participate. So what are the Chiefs going to trade him and get? A 7th rounder?
Fucking nothing. They're gonna cut his ass.
Exactly. That's probably what's going to have to happen, which is unfortunate because I'm still a fan of his and I would love for him to play for us moving forward. But that being said, that leaves us with legitimately like one running back. And then our 3rd string running back, which was Ronald Jones, Rojo, he just signed to, I think, Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So not to say that I was holding my breath on bringing him back, but we just kind of proved that we can pull diamonds out of the rough when it comes to running backs in the draft. That's if you think about it, that is probably the least motivating position for any player in the future. Like, if you're a parent and your kid is playing football like Pop Warner, you don't want your kid groomed to be a running back. Because, like, look at Zeke. You know what I'm saying? He can't find a team. Granted, he's kind of, like, withered and his lower body's shot. But, like, Austin Eckler wants a bag. We can mention that. He wants either a bag or to be traded. He said the bridge isn't burned with the Chargers. But, like, that position is so undervalued because of the amount of them that are just churning every single year with fresh legs.
Yeah.
That it's really hard for teams to even give them the type of contracts that they could deserve. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get into the longer tooth contracts, you think of like Dalvin Cook. How healthy has he been consistently?
Not very.
Every year.
Consistently, last year he was good.
Last year was his healthiest season in a while, but
in a good while.
Seeing him play 15 games a season is like a rarity these days. Or like
I don't know if you could say that. This last year, he kind of made that up.
This last year, he definitely proved that
it was stepped up.
It's not us to say he's injury prone. It's a injury prone position.
Yeah.
It's not a personality trait. It's not something that you can pin on the players.
Look what happened to Chris Carson.
You got to throw those dudes like you got to throw them to the wolves. That's the most like body demanding position, other than probably a DB in the whole league.
Kamara,
like all these beasts,
all these guys.
Think about it though. These teams are kind of mutually agreeing. Like, why would I pay you, who's gotten like 3,000 yards on your body and like X amount of snaps in the NFL, when I can pay a fresh pair of legs $500,000 to do the same thing? Who's going to be competent?
That's so sad. Yeah. That's so true though.
It's going to be competent. So unfortunately, like the Chiefs are in that position where they're like, I don't think we want a veteran running back to try to like groom our other running backs. But that being said, like that position is a lost puppy right now, especially when like receivers are getting the bags, O-line's getting the bag, quarterbacks are getting record-setting bags. There's not much bag left on the offense or the whole team that can go to the running back, which is unfortunate.
Easily the most replaceable part of an offense is the running back.
So again, bring it back to that point, like if you're a parent or someone who's playing football, like you're a high schooler right now, like of course, if you thrive in the running back position and that's your key to a D1 scholarship, do it. Like, don't hesitate. But at the same time, if you want to go league, running back is the financially least responsible position you could probably choose, other than like kicker. You know what I'm saying?
There's guys out there though, like a Derrick Henry though, that's irreplaceable.
Yeah,
you got irreplaceable.
But he's on the trade block right now.
Now after how great
he's been on the trade block. He was linked to the Bills, who again, what money can they afford that with? The Bills are so locked up. They got to pay Diggs and Josh Allen next year. The cap hit for those two next year or this year was like $18 million. The cap hit for those two next year is $60 million.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to have Derrick Henry, but he's probably got like one more good year in him.
Unfortunately,
I would say
it's that position, bro.
And I feel like we've been saying he's got one more good year in him for a while now.
For a while,
but
bro. They said that this last year.
The man's had,
and
eventually,
he did pretty damn
you
good.
keep knocking on the door, that door is gonna fall down. You know what
See,
I'm saying?
but Derrick Henry's a monster. He could do it again this upcoming year. He can surprise everybody.
He sure can. He could go off for 2,000 yards, but let's not like pretend that the year after his 2,000-yard season, all critics were saying, like me included, like they just like all that wear and tear on that man, to expect him to replicate that and not break down is irresponsible.
Yeah,
and he unfortunately got hurt. Like I would never
He's
pray.
to get hurt
You don't
more and
pray
more
for
now.
injury. It's just kind of like a monkey see, monkey do. You can see, like with the eye test, that position is the most, like they have to be the most tackled position in football.
Remember,
for sure.
remember Barkley before the injury?
Now he resurged.
Killing it now.
He's
He
resurging
resurged.
now. Let's see what happens next year
he
again.
got
That's
franchise
another guy that can prove
Josh
it again.
Jacobs.
This Jacobs, another one,
Another dude who was on that entry level where it's like rookie season, 1,400 yards rushing or something to it, and everyone's just like, oh fuck, rookie legs, man, rookie legs. And then he was in an offense that was just crumbling from John Gruden's woes and everything else that was taking place. And then last year he was they didn't renew his 5th-year option, so he knew it was a contract year. And what does he do? He goes and leads the league in rushing.
Yeah.
Like no questions asked. So that's just, but Christian McCaffrey's resurgence with the Niners. Christian McCaffrey was looking like an injury, not an injury bust. He's not a bust. He's a fucking beast. That man is not a bust. But
McCaffrey
everyone thought in Carolina, they're like, this man can't stay healthy. I mean, like, what O-line did they have?
Exactly.
Who did they have?
They didn't have
He
any
was the
other-
offense.
Yep, exactly.
So again, it boils back to like that position has like a lot of physical implications, and teams are just like privy to like these rookies are really good. You know, rookies come at like 2 years in a row. Rookie running backs led the league in rushing, and Zeke and then Kareem Hunt. Back-to-back seasons, it was low running years. Those were like 1,300-yard seasons.
You could see it in Jones too.
Yeah, Rojo, he's getting up there. You got the
No,
Broncos.
not even Rojo. Aaron Jones.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Aaron Jones, yeah.
You see it in him too. Like, how many years does he have left? Like,
Look at your guys' Javonte Williams. The Broncos look like they had the guy, and Javonte Williams is the guy, and then he got hurt. It's just a
tore his
position.
ACL.
it's always that position, dude.
Yeah, it's looking like he's not going to be back till like late August.
Yeah.
Maybe even later than that. So
Pray for a speedy recovery. And
What else we got on football?
speaking of a speedy recovery, I just wanted to take a quick moment and acknowledge that Foster Moreau, while attending a physical for a team he was prospectively going to attempt to sign with, discovered he has Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh shit.
Yeah, lung cancer. That shit's close to home. I just really pray that like he gets some type of medicine that can like cure him or whatever. Because losing loved ones to lung cancer is fucking tough. And he's really young. And if you're an NFL caliber football player, you got to be in some of the best health regards, like to almost any athlete, because of the demand of the sport. So, Sport Champs is just, we're praying for you, dog.
Yep. Damn.
I don't know what stage or how
Random.
advanced, but
You never know.
that's how, like, yeah, that's how crazy it is. A physical, there's no way he would have found that out if he wasn't, like, if he was on a contract and they weren't a prospective new team giving him the physical to make sure he can pass it, he would not know.
yeah,
That's how crazy cancer is, bro.
yeah.
You never know.
Fuck
It happens
cancer.
quick.
He probably just thought he was out of shape. He's like, yo, I can't run as far as I could. And then next thing you know, he's got lung cancer.
Shit.
Yeah. Other than that, as far as football is concerned,
We got the draft coming April 20th, I want to say. April 21st, something like that.
in Kansas City, Missouri. That's going to be lit. It's the
Nice.
first time they've done the draft there. They have this cool, like huge, like awning / outdoor thing they're going to build. So they have the stage with the podium and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Still no clue who the Chiefs are taking. I can name many players that we've been linked to and that I want. No clue who we're taking.
It's probably gonna be crazy.
Yeah. It's looking like C.J. Stroud is going to be the first overall pick for the Panthers.
Did you see his pro day highlights? Some of them.
I didn't,
He was
but I
throwing
heard it was crazy.
bombs.
Yeah, he's
This
a
man was
great.
throwing.
He's a great accurate quarterback. He's just not very mobile, but he's very accurate. He's like,
To the Panthers, huh?
yeah,
He's linked for
Good
sure.
luck, dude.
yeah.
Good luck,
They don't have
dude.
shit. They traded away DJ
They don't have
Moore.
anything.
Yeah.
Who's he throwing to? How's their O line looking?
He's got like
Probably not good.
he's got
No.
Chuba Hubbard to run the ball, and then beyond that, I don't.
They
Hubbard's
signed
quick.
Sanders, Miles Sanders.
Oh, nice.
from the Eagles.
Ooh.
Nice.
But you know, they had Christian McCaffrey. He's couldn't do shit. You got Miles Sanders. He's not anything compared to him. So,
Nah. That's
so,
tough.
Yeah,
And
he
then they
needs
got
weapons.
rid of Moore. Who's he throwing to? all.
No one right now.
I
Exactly.
don't
Yeah,
know.
like,
It
who
was
is he
DJ Moore,
throwing
and that
to?
was it. And so,
All right.
Who was
Well,
their-
we'll see what happens.
Who's
huh?
their tight end?
I think they have a Trimble is his name. He's
Tommy
he's
Trimble?
decent. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's decent, but he's a young guy too.
Yeah, speaking of tight ends, this draft is being considered one of the deepest tight end drafts of recent memory.
Yep.
They're saying,
Really?
Okay, so there's a bunch of dogs in this draft, a couple that I really want. The Chiefs just re-signed Blake Bell on a 1-year deal, Jody Fortson, which are our backup tight ends. We still have Noah Gray and Kelsey. So that just tells me we're not drafting a tight end, which hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to move past Kelsey, but he's like 34.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, but God bless him. I want to get at least a year in the room with the guy who's expected to take his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's such a good teacher, tight end But no, there's Lance Kincaid from Utah. He's basically, if I'm not mistaken,
what
that's
a
his
name.
If I'm not mistaken, his first name is Lance. I know his last name's Kincaid, but no, he played at Utah. He is George Kittle minus the insane blocking. Like, his break tackles are nuts. His receiving ability as a tight end is great. His hands are really good. His combine numbers, if I'm not mistaken, were like, for a tight end, were like solid. Would love to have him.
I'm trying to get the guy from Georgia.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
I can't think of his name either. But he's like 6'8", 6'9", fucking huge.
His
dude.
tackle drill, when they showed all the other tight ends doing the tackle drill, they were just like moving the machine and then spinning out. This man walked the machine out of the frame like Bob Sapp did in The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
This man,
That's fire.
he could instantly be like, if you just added him to your team and did 12-man personnel all the fucking time, you have 2 right tackles thanks to him. Because
Damn,
that's
that's
what he
crazy.
is.
No, he's really
And
good
he has
blocker.
hands.
Big motherfucker.
And he has
yeah.
hands. And he's played on a championship Georgia football team, so he knows what a cohesive unit in a playoff run can
They
look
were
like.
undefeated, weren't they?
Big stage. Yeah, they went off.
He got benched by a freshman tight end at Georgia. He's gonna be the next fucking Travis Kelsey, dude.
Oh, is he?
He's a freshman.
Bowser.
He's like 6'5". Bowser,
Bowser-
fast as fuck,
this man-
dude.
It's the sickest
Listen,
name.
Dude.
Bowser,
It's the sickest name ever.
This
Are you
dude-
serious?
he's not draft
good.
eligible till next year, and he could sit out this whole next season for health reasons, and will go in the top like 7 picks next year.
I 100% agree, dude.
7.
He's good.
He looked.
Damn,
He
that's
lo-
boss. I
he-
can't wait to see Bowser up in
Yeah,
the,
I
in
would.
the NFL.
I would cry if the Chiefs could somehow make that happen. Because if
Yeah.
you could have a year of Bowser and Kelsey and 13, 12-man personnel,
That's
bro,
unstoppable.
there's no red zone defense that can stop that.
Yeah.
Minus, like, no, there's nothing that can stop that. Mahomes
Yeah.
does spin and shit
This
and
guy.
scrambles. Nothing can stop that.
Yeah.
No. Another one I want to mention, he's got a very unique name. His name is Zach Kuntz, Kuntz, Old Dominion tight end. Didn't get to play in as deep of a conference, but this man is like, I think he's 6'7", ran a 4.5, and like, again, he's another one like the Georgia homie where it's just like, this is a lineman who can also play receiver sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, that's like this. There's so many other ones than the ones we just named. There's one, his name's like Musgrave. I can't remember where he plays.
I've
He's
heard
another
that name.
He's one that's been linked to the Chiefs in mock drafts before. We re-signed all the tight ends we have. Like, reminds me of a Pawn Stars meme I saw. It's just like, we need a veteran wide receiver, and then it shows Brett Veach on both the Pawn Stars faces and goes, best I can do is Jody Fortson and Blake Bell on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so
that's funny.
But no, the tight ends in this draft all have like history written on them. Like, it's very rare because normally tight ends of these calibers, you'll see 1 or 2 of them that'll go like 3rd day or like 3rd round picks. You know what I'm saying? At best, we could see we could legitimately see like a couple tight ends in like the first like 2 rounds.
Damn. That would be cool.
It's the talent drop off from 1st round talent to not in this draft by some is considered like pretty
A giant
sparse.
gap.
They think there's about like 21 to 25 1st round like traditional like athletic matrix grades across the board. Then after that it just treads. But that's nothing to really hype or harp about because like 3rd rounders make up like
I'm sure there's some hidden gems.
3rd
up in
rounders
that
make up
bench.
like 65% of starting teams. Like
Yeah.
53 mans is like over 2/3 3rd rounders.
There's gonna be some Tom Brady, some new Tom Brady coming up
I don't know.
in that draft.
Brock
that's just
Purdy.
drafted. No, I'm saying in this new draft that everyone's like, man,
There's some good running
there ain't
backs
no
in
this guy ain't
draft.
shit, and then that guy's gonna be some shit later. Watch.
Yeah, probably.
I was talking to you about this at your concert. I want K-State Deuce Vaughn so bad.
Yeah, these are like what?
5'5".
5'5".
He's
bro.
the shortest man to ever compete at the combine. 5'5", 179. He's basically Danny Woodhead. A little shorter.
Yeah.
And he
Damn,
he can receive
5'5".
this man.
That's smaller than me.
He can leap, like he can catch. He would not block anybody.
No.
Like, there's not
Absolutely not.
not
He's
a-
getting one-handed like a child to the side.
throwing him around.
Yeah, like Mac Jones did.
You're gonna hold him up by
like
his
Chandler
ankle.
Jones did to Mac Jones in that last second play.
Yeah.
Ooh, that just
God.
reminded me. The dude who lateraled the ball that resulted in the giant pick, Jacoby Myers, now plays for the Raiders.
Oh, nice.
So like they were just like, thanks, bro. Like,
Yeah. He's like, I got you guys. Sign me next season.
got him. No,
That's hilarious.
there's like I can't think of his first name, but his last name's Bird. His comp was like Jamal Charles. I was like, say less.
Damn.
Now, again, I have a lot of wishful draft like picks. We took Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round, and I'm still scratching my head about that one.
Yeah. You
But-
guys need a receiving running back. But,
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler,
Come
come fuck it up.
No, the
We
Chargers,
just got Austin
Chargers won't
Eckler.
trade
Where's
you.
McKinnon going? McKinnon
He's
was
not
doing
signed
good.
anywhere right now, and he's not going to get signed till after the draft.
He was catching the ball very well.
There's
Yeah,
a
really
tax.
good.
Well, there's a reason why some of these veterans won't get signed till after the draft because there's a tax avoidance that happens after the draft.
Fucking money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but teams who want these players will have these players. That's why they're not signed yet.
Yeah. There's just so many running backs.
It's
So many to choose from.
so many running backs, so many tight ends. They're even calling this year's quarterback class like they're not calling it deep, but they're calling it good because like the first like 5 quarterbacks off the board are all expected to be like potential contributors in year 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think C.J. Stroud and Will Levis. I think those will. I don't think Bryce Young is going to be that great. I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I want him
Anthony
to do well.
Richardson is a consideree.
He's super raw. I see him as like Malik Willis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone is like,
Super.
"Oh, Malik Willis could go second overall." Doesn't get drafted to the 4th round. Now I think Anthony Richardson is going to get drafted before that, but
He might go to the Seahawks and then sit behind Geno
yeah,
because that's a fair comp. Not comp for player style, but a comp for like what Pete Carroll loves. He loves like mobile, go get 'em quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Fucking Geno.
dude, Seattle's killing it, bro.
I know, dude.
No one saw them winning their division.
We fumbled the bag.
We unanimously said they were
biggest
the
bag.
worst team in football before the
Dude,
Broncos played in Week 1.
Yeah, I was like, dude, we just lost to the worst team in football, and then fucking all of a sudden they're in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
Doing good, too.
yeah. So that made the Broncos look a lot better. If we would have
It
won
made
that
y'all
game.
look. It made you
Let's
look.
go, dude.
Made you look better, but
Silver lining, dude.
Yeah.
Copium.
it made y'all look
shit.
bad for the Russ deal because Pete Carroll's making the playoffs with Geno, but like was struggling with Russ because of health reasons.
Yeah.
You know, but
Good old Peter.
yeah.
You know, I think they had Geno Smith in Seattle the year that Russ was hurt.
I believe it.
Yeah, but they still don't make the playoffs. But any other football stuff?
I don't think so.
There's just
I
we're
don't
just
think so.
we're just waiting on news from the draft, like those players, like that. What was it? Was it Nolan Smith or no? Jalen Carter, the one who was involved in that street racing incident where a person died.
Yeah.
We're just kind of waiting on that, but like something to remind everyone for the sake of like pre-draft drama and actual on-field success, how they aren't correlated at all. Laramie Tunsil is now the highest paid left tackle in football.
Yeah,
The
shouldn't
Texans,
matter.
he was the guy who leaked the day of the draft of him hitting a gas mask bong, and
Yeah.
he fell,
Yeah.
and he's now the most paid dude in his
That's
position.
why I'm with Josh Allen. There was a tweet that came out saying that he like said the N-word and on Twitter like many years before he got drafted, and that came out on draft night.
Played in Wyoming, not
He
surprised.
fell. Right.
He's not too used to being around multiple cultures in Wyoming.
Supposedly teams will put out bad things for those players so that they drop to them.
That's facts. Smoke
Like
screens.
exactly like the
Damn.
Bills. Like the Bills would leak that, being like, okay, yeah, you guys don't want this guy, and then it's like, oh yeah,
They pick him up.
Exactly.
That's so
exactly.
fire. That's so
You're
smart.
like, he's injury prone.
what the
You guys
fuck?
don't want that. Look at his X-rays.
Something that's kind of
Damn, that's fucked up.
random dated football news. God, I can't remember his name at the moment, but that wide receiver that Vegas Raiders drafted who got into that car
Henry
accident.
Ruggs.
Okay, Ruggs. There's been an update in his case. So his case has been ongoing. For those who don't know, his bond was like $500,000, which means he's only responsible for like $50K. But he was posted on bond, and he's been having ongoing court proceedings. He's on house arrest, and he's allowed to leave like once or twice a week to go practice at a very specified facility with a private trainer. So he's trying to stay in some sense of athletic shape. the news is that the judge that's been overseeing his case this entire time recused himself recently. The reason is in 2022, he ran for re-election. And the entire time he was running on re-election, a constant media bombardment kept asking him about that case. It was a high-profile case. And him being fearful of giving the wrong or like any answer that would give an unfavorable response to his polling or his re-election, he just talked about it, didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
And because he talked about it so freely with the media, he was starting to get accused of having a soft spot for Henry Ruggs. And then he didn't want to be associated with giving any unfavorable decisions, especially after officially being reelected. So he recused himself. So they're going to be assigning a new judge to that case. There's no really further pending details. He's still going to do some time. But the reason this is worth mentioning...
He's going to jail.
Well, there's 2 cases, believe this or not. There was I can't remember the players, forgive me, but there was a Patriots player, same thing, not verbatim. But
Aaron Hernandez?
No. It was a player, but no, he got into a car accident that resulted in the death of like this girl or whatever, or like this bystander. Someone died, and he was given a huge fine in court, and then was given like a 9-game suspension from the NFL. Another guy, same thing. It was like car accident, someone died, was only given a 1-year suspension from the NFL. Now, I'm not trying to insinuate that there is or is not leniency to like vehicular homicide, negligent vehicular homicide. I'm just pinpointing that this has happened before. So, do I expect Henry Ruggs to ever suit up in the NFL ever again? Nope. Do I expect him to do some jail time? I hope he does, because justice wouldn't be served otherwise. If not, make him give that family like every purse dollar he's ever seen, and that still doesn't bring them back. So there's nothing that wouldn't be justice. But if like your family loved one came up on like $10 million, like that would be not a reprieve, but an appeasement to say the least.
Yeah.
So
another thing too, the Bengals need a new running back. Joe Mixon.
Oh, Joe Mixon.
That's another thing.
Now,
he ain't gonna be suiting up next year, I'm sure.
Well, the details that have been emerging. The details are foggy. Apparently, so there was an incident on his property where like a bunch of kids were having like a Nerf gun war or some shit, and
he pulled out a gun.
He's going
to jail.
He pulled a gun. It was on
this is a real gun.
It was on his property. That doesn't justify it. And allegedly, I was told a kid ended up getting shot, but the rumor was that he did it, and then the rumor I read was that one of his like friends who was on the property at the time.
I'd have said that too if I was jumping.
I'm
like, is this fucking asshole?
You're taking the fall from me, dog.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, is this dickhead?
But with all those things taking place, like, damn, like Joe Mixon. So Joe Mixon's gone. Broncos just signed P. Ryan, or however you pronounce his last name.
Yep.
Perrin.
They do need a running back, but I couldn't help but laugh because like there's like the memes. I couldn't remember who it was, but it was like I think it was like Tom Brady in court when he's like looking over to see like someone who's walking in the courtroom, and it goes John Morant right now with this Joe Mixon news. But
so funny.
Speaking of John Morant, he's back.
Yeah,
He's playing.
back.
He played. He immediately got a fucking hammer. Like one of the first things he did.
He's still quoting NBA YoungBoy, but
per usual.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Shout out young boy.
He's still celebrating like first round playoff series wins, like he fucking won Finals MVP.
Yeah,
but
Love it.
celebrating losses in the strip clubs.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
Big tough.
we touched on it last week and then weeks prior, like the whole John Morant gun situation. So apparently. There was only the 8-game suspension waged on him, and time served for the games he had already set out was accounted for, which made him eligible to come back. He's in counseling. Hopefully that like
counseling.
Hopefully you can just keep it together, bro. I can't put myself in your shoes and say I know I would do better or that I know what that feels like, because I don't. I've never been a superstar athlete, like a top whatever NBA player with all eyes on me. So I can't say I know I would do better. But that being said, just
hell no, Dave would have money all over the strip club.
All
stripper
the guns
on his lap, just like Jaw. Fucking two. You're going to a gun show tomorrow. You have two. You have two.
He would have shown 2 guns.
Yeah.
Hold my phone for me.
I would have had to film it. Yeah,
Exactly.
he would have been all.
I just have like I have on no shirt, fucking bra, fucking holsters, and I just got both guns on my titties.
Yeah, you got titty akimbo guns over here. Yeah.
No, for real though, like it's tough when these like some of these athletes just act out. I'm not saying they're not entitled to have fun, because I think they should all have fun. They're all people, but like a lot of people look up to you, dog, and like you got a lot more eyes on you than me, so you kind of got to like lead by example, bruh.
Did you guys hear what Steven Jackson said?
We called him not hard.
No, Steven Jackson said, he was like, what we were doing is like 10 times worse than what John Morant was doing. So
oh, yeah.
there just wasn't social media around.
Exactly.
Like, if there wasn't social media around, no one would have known this happened. He wouldn't have got suspended.
These things happen anyway. Like
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all remember when Lou Will got in trouble in the bubble because he went to fucking Magic City to get chicken wings.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to put under wraps the train stories in the NBA.
Yeah.
All the train stories, like you know what I'm saying? The fucking yeah. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas with the gun, like. He brought a gun to the arena.
Dennis Rodman went to North Korea.
And is cool with them.
And is cool with a dictator.
Yeah.
I think John Morant's okay.
Yeah.
I think Paul
Pierce said that after he got stabbed, he stowed a gun away like for years and didn't care.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's
Crazy.
a little different. You have
these are all
PTSD.
humans. Like you said, these are all humans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just do better.
With a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
With
he's
a lot of
very
money.
young. I think he's like
he's young.
24 maybe?
Dude,
yeah,
young
23,
guy.
24.
He's currently on like a $200 million deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Let the man have fun.
yeah.
But also don't be stupid
Yeah.
While we're on...
about it. When you know, ponying on what Dave says, you are also an example.
Role model.
A role
While
model,
we're
yeah.
on NBA, I wanted to refer to a stat that blew my mind. Let's see if I still have it saved on my phone. This is crazy. So as all you are familiar, Rudy Gobert, who was originally a part of the Utah Jazz, who was like got the biggest big man contract ever, got traded to Minnesota, and everyone kind of like shook their heads. They're like, Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert? Like you have two starting centers? Okay. Well, that's had an effect, and I'm going to humor the fact that he shares with Karl Anthony Towns. But that being said, the replacement was Walker Kessler, who the Utah Jazz drafted. Walker Kessler, in 1,523 minutes played, has 155 blocks accumulated. Rudy Gobert, in 1,868 minutes played, has 86. Kessler has doubled his blocks with 300 less minutes, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he's really good. He's basically. I
Homie
think that's
getting
why
money
they
next
traded
year.
him. I think that's why they traded him.
They knew.
Yep.
But like again, Rudy Gobert is in a system where he's not the only center. Those numbers are going to definitely be like watered down because of that, as a result of sharing rebounds and like blocks and like paint opportunities with Karl Anthony Towns. But like Kessler's a dog.
Yeah, for sure. And also, what's kind of boosting his stats is that there's like some random dude that I don't know who he is. I'm taking it to the paint. If there's
Basically Jokic's whole first like 3 years of his career.
exactly if
They're
there's
like, who's this European player?
if there's Shaquille O'Neal in the paint, I'm not taking it in there. I'm shooting a jumper. So like I mean, obviously they scout these guys, but if there's
no mistake.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert, I'm not taking it to the paint, and a lot of people aren't taking it to the paint. But they see some random white dude in the paint, I'm probably trying to take it up.
Yeah, exactly. So that would inflate his opportunities.
Yeah.
But
next year, I bet his blocks go down.
I just had to, when I saw that stat and I was just scratching my head, I was like, I don't even know who Walker Kessler is.
Yeah.
And he's outplaying Gobert. Granted, the whole scenario we've already humored, but like that's impressive.
Oh, for sure.
We should pull up, if you're down, to pull up the standings in the NBA.
I have them up.
Oh,
I have
okay,
them up
nice.
too.
Let's go.
All right, so let's get into
So
those a little bit.
The West, I don't know if you're going to go East or West first.
Let's go West first.
The West is still like a 4 through 12 seed bloodbath. Like there's
It
maybe
is.
3 games. Like the Lakers could be the 6th seed next week. And they're currently like the 11th seed, if I'm
Let's
not
run
mistaken.
through them real quick. All right. In the first, in the Western Conference, we got
No surprise.
the Nuggets.
Yo.
We got the Nuggets. We're actually doubling up on our wins and losses. 49 wins, 24 losses, .671. Look at those away games, though. 19 and 18 still. We got 30 and 6 at home, though.
We've been struggling. Last 10 games, 5-5. We've been struggling a lot.
Yeah.
But we clinched, so it's like, fuck it, right?
Yeah. And
That
you
last
guys,
10 is,
you
you're
have
right, you're right.
seeding,
5-5. We're on a 2-game win streak, though.
you guys have seeding ideas on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? This is now a game of chess. Like you've clinched, you can't lose the playoffs. Now it's a matter of how can we have the path of least resistance to the finals. And that's just smart basketball.
We just want to be healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
So shout out,
right after,
shout out
go ahead.
Malone. That's
Yeah.
all I was about to say.
Yeah, shout him out, dude.
After that, what the Kings?
Right
still?
after that, no, we have the Grizzlies actually clinching their division. They have their division clinched. We got 45 wins, 27 losses, .625. Look at those last 10 though. Winston 7-3, 4 wins in a row.
A lot
They
of
beat
those
the Warriors, too.
without John Morant.
Again,
Wow.
they play better chemistry basketball in terms of coaching without John Morant. John Morant is like ISO rim runner who's capable of shooting, and he spreads the field because people are attracted to the paint when he's there. That has an effect. But the narrative when Ja came back was, is he going to take away shots from everybody else? That's not really the case yet. I don't think that's going to be the case because I don't see him making a basketball team worse. But it's the same thing. KD went down with the Warriors against Houston. Houston was built to play the ISO Warriors, and KD goes down. We start doing triangle offense again. We start passing the ball. The Grizzlies have something with the whole John Morant absence that I think is going to benefit them in the playoffs.
Yeah. Third place, we have the Kings. Kings still stacking up there, 43-29. Their last 10, 6-4, but they're 21-15 at home, 22-14 away. Kind of mixing it up a little bit,
which is good.
They're on a 2-game lose streak.
Shout out Mike Brown, coach. Not for the losses, I'm sorry, but like for them being so good and everything working. Domantas Sabonis, Matthew Dellavedova's there.
Yeah, Darren Fox.
Darren Fox is a dog. You know, I've been such a super fan of his since the day he entered the league.
Now we got fourth place, like you said, the bloodbath.
Here it goes.
We'll just go through them. We'll go Suns 38-34, Clippers 39-35, Warriors sixth place 38-36. Then we got the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, the Pelicans, the Lakers, Thunder in 11, and then all the way at the bottom, Rockets still, of course. I don't know who y'all got going up there, man. We got Suns in fourth, Clippers, Warriors.
Yeah, so Suns to Utah is only a 3-game difference. Utah is currently out of the playoffs.
So crazy.
And the Suns are the 4 seed. It's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
That is insane.
As Nuggets fans, we do not want the Suns as the 4 or the 5 seed. I've talked to Josh, a fellow Nuggets fan, because
shout out Josh.
The winner of the 4 and 5 game series will face the Nuggets in the next round.
Yep.
And Phoenix is really the only team I'm worried about. The Kings could give us some trouble. But I'm mainly concerned about the Suns if they're
Let's
healthy.
get those Pelicans to get a nice run into fourth and fifth, and then we'll take them out real nice.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Speaking of the Pelicans, what's his name? Lonzo Ball. It might not be able to play all of next season pending this surgery that he's having, as well as what's his name? Zion is still recovering from whatever ailment that he had recently, and that's been such a toss-up. That team was like the number 1 team in the league early this season when they were healthy. On the interim, Brandon Ingram has been eaten.
Oh, dude, he's good.
He's thriving on that team.
He's always been really good. It's hard to shine in New Orleans. It's always cloudy.
That was fire.
That was pretty fire, dude. This guy's crazy.
But yeah, I mean,
Mavericks are hurting since they got Kyrie.
They're hurting.
That
36-37.
Again, they're still completely
2 losses in a row right now.
Completely in it.
They're in it.
They're
place.
Not out of anything. That's not what I'm stipulating. But like
they're tied up.
Kyrie joined them, and they're like I want to say their first win with Kyrie was like his 7th game with them or something like that.
Yeah, Luka and Kyrie have been missing games for sure.
It's tough.
Lakers are in 9th place. Austin Reeves, if you guys,
Lakers are in 10th
Reeves
place.
Has been killing it.
That white boy.
Yeah, the white guy,
killing it.
He's been getting triple doubles.
Didn't he play
shit.
Didn't he work at like a fast food joint like before he
I believe it.
Like before he was playing because like no one was scouting him, so he's just like I gotta make ends meet.
No, I
love stories like that.
If they make the playoffs, it's because
it's on his back.
It's because of what he's been doing.
D'Angelo Russell's there. I watched a couple clips with him, and looks like he's struggling to find his exact footing. He was taking some contested shots he didn't need to be.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell's been pretty mid his whole career, I'd say.
He looked best with Golden State when he was the only guy there.
You're right. Yeah,
when it was like
I
him
forgot
and
he was
Eric
with Golden State.
Him, Eric Pascal, and then like a young Jordan Poole to be maybe like.
Let's talk this Eastern Conference, huh?
No, I don't think there's too many surprises.
None of these are surprises. We got the top 3 clinching the playoffs.
Yeah.
We got the Bucks, Celtics, and 76ers. Let's start with these Bucks, 52-20. Doing the damn thing. 52-20. That's a beautiful record right there.
They got Chris Middleton back, and they ain't looked back.
They ain't looked back. They're on 2-game win streak. Their last 10, 7-3. 30-7 at home. God damn.
Yep. And they're away.
Go to Milwaukee, huh?
Yeah, they're
the
away.
Celtics, though, 50-23. Right under them. Got 1 game on them. 5-5 last 10, kind of just like the Nuggets. Under them, we got the 76ers in third place, 49-23.
Embiid.
Look at this last 10, though. This last 10, 9-1.
Dude, Embiid's MVP favorite because of things like that and his stats.
They were on an 8-game win streak before their loss.
If Embiid wins, I'm going to be sad.
If Embiid wins, it's just a constant reminder that the MVP trophy is about narratives that can be clinged to that have some semblance of stats.
Yeah.
Because, like, James Harden won MVP when he was just throwing up shots and averaging 14 shots from the line a night. It's like, well, when you average 38 a night, 14 of them came from the free throw line, bro.
Yeah.
That's not fun basketball to watch. It's just a narrative. Russ was the MVP for the triple-double, which was, like, let's be honest, that was a little stat padding. He did go to the playoffs. Good for him. He lost to Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert right away. I don't know. I just think that it's a narrative game. Like, who can they champion? And what's new? Everyone likes a polished, shiny new car. How many times did LeBron justifiably get robbed of the MVP?
Yeah. I mean, Jokic, I think, deserves it, bro. He's got
Clearly,
9.9 assists, bro. 0.1 assists away per game from averaging a triple-double as a fucking center.
As a center, leading his team to the #1 record in the league. Russ didn't do that, and he won MVP on triple-doubles.
Exactly. Like, if Giannis
Joel's
wins
in the
it,
East.
sure. But Joel, he's got 33 points a game, the most points per game since Jordan, and then, like, 2 other players, Wilt Chamberlain, and then another guy. But it's not that impressive, bro. No one's playing defense. Like,
have you ever seen the video where it shows him yelling after, like, an and one opportunity, and it goes... It's like, why does Joel Embiid sound like the squeezable chickens when he yells?
Yeah.
He does.
That's so funny. Fourth place, we got the Cavs, though.
Shout out Donovan
47-28, and actually we forgot to spit off the 76ers record, 49-23. But we got the Cavs 47-28. Their last 10, 8-2, looking good. 3-game win streak, liking it. Cavs doing the damn thing. We have the Knicks in fifth place, 42-33.
The Knicks have first-round exit written all over them.
Yeah, and you know why? Their last 10 is 4-6. Probably the worst last 10 record that we've read off so far. I mean, not much else to say when you're on a 3-game lose streak for the Knicks.
But we got to talk about Julius Randle having that monster game.
Like 50 points, I want to say.
It was like 50 in like 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he scored much after that.
Yeah. Right.
Tired.
He was killing it.
That's crazy.
The next game, I put that he would score like 20 points. Didn't score 20 points. I was like, he's on a hot streak. He's going to score 20 points, right?
Didn't score.
No.
He scored like 17.
Winston's pissed.
Yeah.
How about the Heat, 6th place? The Heat in 6th place with 40-34 the win-loss. Then we have the last 10, 7-3, 2 games in the win streak column for the Heat. Then 7th through, we got the Nets, Hawks, Raptors, Bulls, Pacers, Wizards, all the way at the bottom, Pistons.
No surprises.
Yeah, no surprises here.
I mean, Nets trading Kyrie and KD. Miles Bridges has been fucking killing it, dude.
That rookie?
Yeah.
No, Miles Bridges is the guy they got from Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's averaging 25 points.
Whoa.
He's fucking killing it.
Damn.
Yeah, and Dinwiddie's been doing really good. Shout out CU. He's graduated from CU Boulder.
Let's go.
Dinwiddie, his first call-up out of the G League was for the Spurs. And it was the first game against KD, when KD's very first game that we lost against the Spurs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so as random as that stat is, that's like forever fermented in my brain.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Dinwiddie was a G League step-up. Fucking killed it.
Got a good year of basketball, boys.
Speaking of basketball, this has been...
We've had a month of basketball.
We had the biggest upset in March Madness history. If we're talking like seedings and odds, when Purdue lost, and that happened right after our episode ended last week.
Let's talk about it. Second round. Let's go through these games real quick. Second round, then we'll talk Sweet 16 and on from there, because we were talking who was going to win and what was going to happen last week with the second round.
Everybody's brackets are wrong.
Yeah, everybody's brackets are wrong, for sure. Let's start from the top. Some of these we did name last week, but that's okay. Let's go through them. Maryland and Alabama. Alabama winning out that 73-51. Right after that, we had San Diego taking on Furman. San Diego winning by a nice, healthy amount of points, 75-52. Then let's talk about Princeton taking out Missouri. The 15 seed taking out the 7 seed, 78-63.
Princeton is on a Cinderella story rise right now. They're that team. They've been seeded. Every team that they've played, they've been like odds to lose, and they're winning. Too. We talked about this. Like, I can't remember the team that happened last year It was like that college. It was like
St. Peter's.
Yeah, St. Peter's. No one knew who they were. They didn't even have running water in their athletic facility, and they made like the Elite Eight. You know what I'm saying?
That's impressive.
Princeton, and you know what was making me mad? Because I was watching that game, right? And like I'm watching Mizzou lose. Like they were really like down like I think 7 or 9 going into the half.
Dave standing there like to a 15 seed.
They never bridged the gap.
Pissed.
Mizzou never bridged the gap. So like the whole second half, they were beat. But that being said, when I was watching Princeton just hit every fucking corner 3 that they threw up, and I'm just like, and I'm watching their whole student section,
White
and
dudes. That's our thing.
everyone's going nuts, and their whole audience is just cheering, and I'm just sitting there like, this is the one group of guys who like don't need scholarships to go to whatever college they want, but have athletic scholarships, and my team lost to them.
Yeah.
Fuck. All these dudes have like $100,000 jobs fresh out of college, guaranteed. And they just beat a bunch of dudes who are only in college because they play basketball.
Did you guys know that Ivy League schools don't give you scholarships? They don't give you athletic scholarships. Did you guys know that?
Really? I didn't know that.
They don't.
Wow.
Okay, no,
you gotta pay to be there.
Is Stanford considered Ivy League?
No, they're Pac-12.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason I mention that is because that's like regarded as a really prestigious school to attend.
That's
and
crazy.
like Andrew Luck went there. I'm like, there's no way Andrew Luck paid to go there.
Yeah, they give you academic or
athletic scholarships.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
like Princeton, Brown, Harvard, they don't give you.
So we basically got
athletic.
beat by like an intramural team.
Dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Pretty much, dude.
And they're going to
God
be facing Crichton
damn it.
because Crichton took
Creighton.
out Crichton. I kind of like Crichton.
It's
Creighton.
Creighton. Yeah,
It's crazy.
Kind of like Crichton.
your Creighton words.
It
over
is
there.
Creighton because it's REI.
Who came from Creighton?
Creighton.
McDermott. Doug McDermott. His
And
dad's
then-
the coach.
Wasn't maybe I'm confusing it with Xavier because I know that's their rival.
He went to Crichton.
Who was? I can't think of his name right now. Like, it's irrelevant.
All
Forget
right.
it.
So Creighton taking out Baylor. Big deal. 85-76. We had FL Atlantic taking out FDU 78-70. Then we had Duke losing to Tennessee. That was a 4 seed taking out the 5 seed, 65-52.
I had Duke going deep.
Yeah, Duke going deep, and
Yep.
you lost that one, man.
I did.
You lost that one. How about Michigan State taking out Marquette?
I had Marquette going to the championship.
Damn, your bracket was trash.
Dwayne Wade went to Marquette, and so did Jimmy Butler.
Damn.
So I fuck with Marquette.
Didn't
Well, they lost to him by 9 points, 69-60.
That's not where John Morant went, is it?
No, he went to.
It's
went to it.
It's irrelevant. He went to a
Yeah.
mid-major.
Yeah, he did. Marquette's pretty big.
Kansas State took out Kentucky,
That was a
75-69.
good game.
Xavier took out Pittsburgh, 84-73. Texas took out Penn State, 71-66. Houston beat out Auburn, 81-64. Miami, Florida took out Indiana, 85-69. Gonzaga took out TCU, 84-81. UCLA took out Northwestern, 68-63. Arkansas took out Kansas, 72-71.
Yep.
Bye-bye, Kansas.
All right. Y'all,
Peace.
Y'all want to know why it's so windy in Oklahoma?
Why?
Because it sucks in Kansas, bro.
Ooh.
Damn.
Fuck Kansas.
Fuck Kansas.
Rock Chalk can eat my ass, bro.
Razorbacks
it's
took
zoo,
y'all out.
It's zoo all the way. fuck the Razorbacks too.
You lost
bro.
to a 15 seed. Chill.
No, I'm talking just this is beyond basketball. This is the most hated.
Oh, is
this
it?
is Mizzou's most hated rival. Like,
Oh, is it?
At Mizzou games, we would
You
yell
guys hate people from
MIZ.
Kansas?
Yeah, MIZZOU because Mizzou. That was what we would chant at the Mizzou games when we
For
played
football?
for all sports
Oh, okay,
relating
okay.
to Kansas: football, basketball, wrestling, anything.
See how passionate
We will
you
yell.
are. All.
We will, bro. We will yell.
No exclusions.
Yeah.
Instead
Cross country, we're yelling.
Lacrosse? Been there.
Don't see me in debate, bro. No, no, for real though. Every time we're at Mizzou games of any sport and Mizzou is playing against Kansas, instead of saying MIZZOU because like one half will yell it to the other half, we go MIZFKU. The whole fucking student section yells it. It's amazing.
Well, would you look at that? Arkansas.
So
took
happy
out
to see
Kansas.
them lose. So happy.
By Arkansas. Like
Now-
literally the arch enemy of Kansas.
Now,
Yeah, for real.
Kansas.
The OG Kansas.
yeah, they are, dude.
I will admit that Kansas is probably like considerably the best basketball school to hope to go to.
Definitely one seed.
As
One
a-
of 'em.
If you're like a kid who going into college, that's got to be one of the best ones. I'll give them their credit. They're a great basketball program.
And then we
Terrible
had
football
UConn.
program.
UConn took out St. Mary's. UConn took out St. Mary's. Let's go to the Sweet 16. Sweet 16. I'm going to read off the games that have already gone on. So yesterday we had UConn taking out Arkansas. Lost to UConn 88-65.
Got shit on.
Shit on by UConn.
Who would have known that people had nothing better to do in Connecticut than play fucking basketball.
Right? How about Gonzaga taking out UCLA 79-76?
Crazy ass game.
Gonzaga
Crazy game.
has been a good
You showed me the
powerhouse.
ending to that one because I missed it.
Did you watch it, Dave?
I didn't, but I heard about it.
Crazy ending.
They've been like without Holmgren, they have not looked like they've missed a step, and that's years past. That's a couple years removed.
This guy named Drew Timme fucking had like 30.
Love the name.
36 points last night in a college basketball game.
Damn.
Impressive as fuck.
Oh my god, 36 points out of 79 points.
Dude, he fucking carried.
What
Can you
the
say
fuck?
ISO?
Yeah, he's a low post player. But
Oh, that makes
it was
sense.
a crazy game. UCLA was up like 20 points, I think, at one time.
Oh, my
maybe
gosh.
15 early in like the.
In a traditional college game, that's a death trap.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, oh, it's over.
They
And then
score 70 points a game.
Gonzaga came back, was up 10 points with 2 minutes. My girlfriend had UCLA winning in our bracket, and I had Gonzaga winning. So I'm like, UCLA lost. And then, of course, UCLA comes back. They're fucking up 2 points with 10 seconds left. Guy just pulls up from the logo. Fucking shoots it. Dude, you got to watch it, bro. It's insane.
Talk about having an S on your chest, boy.
Dude.
Shooting from the S.
That's where if you're a coach, people can't see me because I'm not on camera. But as a coach, you're like, and then he makes it, and you're like, okay, he made it. So, like,
yeah.
the coach is probably like, what the fuck? And
Oh, yeah, you're shitting bricks when that ball is in the air.
dude,
You
but
already know.
You fucking made it, man.
That's the Steph Curry effect, baby.
Wow.
Won him the game. Yeah.
79-76 Gonzaga taking on UConn tomorrow
How
at
many-
6:49 p.m.
It might be inappropriate, but you know that kid probably got he probably got laid so many he probably got so many bitches
Dude,
that night.
That was in Las Vegas.
Imagine the oosh-gosh goosh-gosh
Now,
he got.
I just
Imagine.
not to jump out, just a quick moment tangent that I wanted to acknowledge. Did y'all see that Jimmy G had 2 brothel employees in Vegas?
Did see
who
that.
said that he gets free sex for life?
Yeah. I saw
I
that.
feel like they're the brothel
Over, under-
employees that no one else likes.
Over under on
that
him.
work there.
They're like, you just got to take one for the team.
Yeah.
Over under on him taking up that offer to be determined.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like plus 700.
Yeah,
back to basketball,
I
my
don't think
bad.
very likely.
Yeah. Back to basketball. We're still talking Sweet 16, y'all. So today, or actually, no, let me go to these games yesterday still. FL Atlantic took out Tennessee, the 9 seed, taking out the 4 seed.
That was a great game as well.
62 to 55. And then we had Kansas State taking out Michigan State. 98 to 93, high scoring game.
Damn.
for
Hell of a game.
college.
One of the players from Michigan State, I believe he broke the record for the most assists in a college game with like 19.
Wow.
It might have been the NCAA tournament. I may have those stats confused, but 19 assists in a college game is insane.
I love it. I love it. Now let's talk these games that are going on right now. We have 2 games going on right now as you're watching this, if you're watching this live. At halftime, we have San Diego up on Alabama 28 to 23. San Diego, the 5th seed, Alabama sitting at first.
I need San Diego State.
You need San Diego.
I got them going
San
to
Diego
Final
State.
Four.
Okay, I like it.
SDSU.
Yep.
SDSU.
That's where Kawhi Leonard went.
28 to 23.
Another mid-major.
Winston's hype right now.
Yep, I am.
They're up. They're up.
Alabama's really good. They were number 1 all year.
Oh,
Okay, first of all, y'all have like the best college football program of my lifetime, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You have Nick Saban. Fuck Nick Saban. Can y'all just like be a little more humble? Like y'all students are so spoiled. You
Right.
could just sit through your.
damn.
Y'all are
Dave's
like.
taking shots.
Dude, I mean, it's not fair, dude.
It's not, dude. They get the best recruiting in football, and now they're gonna have a bunch of eyes for basketball.
Yeah.
Like this isn't fair, bro. Alabama needs to have y'all need to have an NIL cap. Alabama does.
They just need to hire Avery Johnson as their coach and just keep him. 'Cause he's trash.
Please, bro. This isn't fair. I'm tired. Like y'all are the most just think about it. None of us went to the University of Alabama, and we can all confidently say is in relation to sports and awesomeness, we did not have as cool of a college experience.
Yep.
They don't deserve it.
Yeah. No.
Let's talk Houston, Miami, Florida. Miami up 3 points.
The U.
Yep. Yeah. The U, dude. The U taking on Houston right now. So the 5 seed versus the 1 seed. Houston is down 3 points in the first half.
Yep.
13 minutes left. 13 minutes.
rooting
47
for
seconds.
Miami.
Same.
Houston's pretty good, but I'm rooting
The
for
U.
Miami.
I like the U.
The U.
They got a good player. His name's Wong.
I was about to say
That's a Winston name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Winston
If
name.
Winston's
right there.
checking lineups for his bets. He's like, "Which one of y'all Asian?"
If it ain't right, then it ain't Wong. So
I hate you.
I hate you so much.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well,
Winston.
Then I'm going for this
let
guy.
me. Now that
I hate you so much, Winston. Let's talk Princeton taking on Creighton. Croton.
Creighton.
Krogan.
Creatine.
I hope they.
Creatine.
I hope they get. I hope they get like mercy ruled, bro. Fuck Princeton.
So that game's going on at 7 p.m. tonight if you're talking Mountain Time. Princeton, the number 15 seed, taking on that 6 seed, Creighton.
Yeah, dude. I'm going Princeton. I know you don't fuck with Princeton because they beat
Oh, you're going Princeton?
Dude, they're the Cinderella. If they could go to the Final Four, bro, that'd be so sick. Like
That would be intense.
a bunch of they all are just a bunch of white boys that just chuck up threes. They're all shooting it from deep. Like,
just chuck up threes.
Winston's like, that team is my spirit animal.
bro, for real. Bro.
It
It gives people like me hope. You know what I mean? Like,
I love it.
it can happen.
Who you guys got? Xavier versus Texas. Them Longhorns versus the X, dude.
I'm gonna go.
That's going on at 7:45 tonight.
I'm gonna go Xavier, but my rationale has nothing to do with knowing the player personnel. I just am a firm believer that Big East basketball used to be the place to be when it came to college hoops. So I feel like they have that advantage.
I got Xavier going to the Final Four in my bracket. Texas at the beginning of the year, their coach got fired because there was a domestic.
Kyle Korvers, who I couldn't remember earlier, he went to
okay.
Xavier.
Okay.
Sorry.
The head coach for Texas got a domestic violence dispute, so he got fired at the beginning of the year. So I think that lack of coaching is gonna hurt Texas because they had like four days to prepare for this.
Shit.
So I think that's gonna help Xavier. So I'm gonna go Xavier.
Imagine Xavier versus Creighton in the championship.
Like
That's a super rivalry. Those
Yeah.
schools hate each other.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Xavier and Creighton are Big East rivals, like one of the longer standing ones, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That would be an
Interesting.
insane NCAA March Madness
Craziness.
game.
I think who's got the easiest schedule is gonna be Kansas State. Kansas State's
State.
going against
FL Atlantic.
FAU in the Elite Eight. And then
FAU, Florida Atlantic University, right?
whoever wins, Alabama or San Diego State's going to go against the winner of Creighton and Princeton. I'm looking at that like fucking Final Four is wrapped up.
Yeah.
To me, maybe that's just me, but
So we got FAU versus Kansas State in the Elite Eight, and then we have UConn versus Gonzaga right now.
Isn't FAU with
Other
that
two
one
games to be determined.
that football coach went that like surprised everybody a few years ago?
the who?
The football coach? Didn't he go to FAU?
I
I can't think of his name.
Fuck.
He was at Alabama or like Auburn or some shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. An Ole Miss.
It's
He always wears a visor.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about.
It's irrelevant. I just
He used to be the Raiders coach.
when I think of that school, that's who comes to mind.
Yeah. But it's been a great basketball. Excited for the Elite Eight, Final Four. We have the Elite Eight tomorrow and Sunday,
shit.
and then Final Four and the national championship will be the following weekend. So
Happening fast. March is ending soon.
Yep.
It has been a crazy March.
Yep. April 1st and April 3rd are the Final Four and championship games, and then we got playoff basketball after that.
We will be doing
the
a parlay
draft.
for those.
Oh yeah. No, for
Like we
sure.
could just do an independent parlay like we did with football. If you guys remember that,
for the playoffs.
Mhm.
Okay.
that could be
with
fun.
I'm with it. Yo, hit that MMA
One sec.
soundbite for me.
One sec.
Whoa, we have one more
Last
thing.
footnote: we gotta at least speak on the World Baseball Classic finale.
Okay. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, World Baseball Classic, it's a tournament where like all these countries have representative teams. It's not really considered to be like the apex of baseball. But
Yeah,
the reason
I've never even heard of it. I'm not gonna lie.
it's just another one of those tournaments. It's really fun for the players. It's like right before the season. It's a good way to get a little bit towards like season shape. It's not a bad idea because baseball is not a high frequency injury prone sport. But that being said, there were some significant injuries in the World Baseball Classic. We're not even going to touch on that. The finale was Japan versus United States, which I think are the two best cultures when it comes to baseball. Like in that order, U.S. then Japan. Last at bat to end the World Baseball Classic, Shohei Ohtani strikes out his teammate Mike Trout, who before that game had, I think Winston mentioned it was like 24 3-pitch strikeouts to his career. And then he gets one. So like, not only is that moment in baseball so huge and I guess ironic for lack of better terms, because the two players who are on the same team were playing against each other, representing their respective countries in the final moment of the game. Like, those are the unanimous 2 best players in baseball right now. And they ended the World Baseball Classic. Not only that, it's reported that that World Baseball Classic was the most watched baseball game in television history.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. And Japan has the most titles of any other country. They have 3.
Normally, from what I understand, World Baseball Classic is kind of like the U.S. used to treat like the basketball portion of the Olympics. We would kind of send a bunch of college guys and like lesser dudes, or same for hockey. We weren't sending the cream of the crop because we weren't as motivated, but like it seems like this year they were motivated, and it definitely had a great turnout.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Trout, one of the best baseball players in America.
2 back-to-back MVPs for the last play of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yep, and Japan won it out.
That's fire.
Japan
doing
the damn thing.
I wish USA would have pulled it off. If it would have been the exact opposite, and like, Trout would have like hit a homer off Ohtani, still would have been as epic of a moment. Like,
For sure.
It's because it was those 2 that it just came down to it. Now,
Awesomeness.
that was about all I have non-MMA.
Now hit that shit.
Hit that
Oh,
shit.
God damn it.
Where's my snare? Oh,
Now it's time to talk MMA.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That hurt. I'm sorry for everybody.
Well, now it's time to talk MMA, but not in all caps. Sorry.
Oh
about
my
that.
god. Derek went boop, hit it, and then it's all loud.
Should we
Now let's run through this card real quick.
Okay, so last week was
286.
it was Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman.
Let's run through these prelims real quick.
Footnote, that card took place in London, and so
did.
the show times were mad early, and I loved it.
I liked it too.
The main card started at like fucking
3.
3 p.m. I was like, this is great.
It was
I didn't
nice.
I didn't know what
was
to do
nice.
with myself after the card was over. I'm like, normally I go home and go to bed. Like,
Right.
but no, let's
It
get
was
into
good.
it.
Let's get into
It
it.
was a good card.
I was wrong on Juliana Miller.
I was
She
wrong.
lost to Veronica Hardy, dude.
I was wrong.
Veronica Hardy did the damn. She looked good.
I was wrong on the co-main.
Yay. You know, it's just one of those weeks, dude. We had a draw right after that. Jay Herbert and Ludovic Klein draw. Joanne Wood taking out Luana Carolina, decision win. And then we had Jake Hadley getting a knockout in the first round. 1 minute and 1 second over Malcolm Gordon. Sorry, Malcolm Gordon. You're sitting at 14-7 now, man. Well, I was right on Christian Leroy Duncan. If you guys listened to my Inside the Distance bet last week, you guys won some money on that. Christian Leroy Duncan moving to 8-0 over Dusko Todorovic. Leon Murphy getting that early prelim feature fight done over Gabriel Santos. Decision win. 12-0 still. 12-0-1, really. But we're going on to these normal prelims now. We had Mohamed Mokaev taking out Jafel Filho in the third round, 4 minutes and 32 seconds. And he is now 10-0. At what cost, though? Because this guy was in a full-on knee bar and had it completely stretched the other
It
way.
was
You've seen
extended,
that, right?
hyperextended.
I'm going to show Winston that real quick. What were you thinking as that was going on, Dave?
I was like, they should stop it because like you got to protect the fighters from
No,
themselves.
not in a submission. Submission's for tapping. You got to tap, like if you want it. If you want it to
But,
break,
like,
and he still won the fight.
But like we've seen,
Still won the fight and
and
choked him out after.
We've seen in MMA history fighters who have broken things and then lied about it in the heat of the moment, went on to win the bout. And we've also seen like the Tim Sylvia incident against Frank Mir. Frank Mir snapped his arm, and then Herb Dean stopped the fight because he saw it in real time. No one acknowledged that it had happened.
Ow.
Yeah, ow.
So his knee is bent back completely the other way.
Yeah, Muhammad's a badass motherfucker,
Then
though.
he got out of it and then choked this guy out.
I bet.
So
Muhammad's badass.
I'm not like
He's
saying
a badass.
this
He's a
wasn't like a
badass.
contestable moment for me. Like I wasn't mad. I'm just referencing there's been times where fighters have broke their arms, like Tim Sylvia.
Yeah, but they shouldn't stop it until that shit breaks.
Well, the point was when it did stop. Herb Dean saw Tim Sylvia's forearm like in the armbar against Frank Mir like snap in half, and then Tim Sylvia didn't want to stop. Herb Dean stopped it, and then it was determined because homie had adrenaline and everything going in his favor. It was determined that his arm was broken, and everyone was calling it a bad stoppage until they watched the replay, and his shit went like.
Yeah.
And hyper. It's not supposed to do that.
I can't believe Mohamed Mokaev got out of it and then proceeded to choke out Filho like that.
Right at the end.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. 30 seconds.
Dirty choke, too. He got him deep on that one. Deep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mohamed Mokaev. He has a partial MCL tear
You would think
that is going to be healed in 6 to 8 weeks.
if
Or
it's-
no, partial. I forgot what it was. It was a partial tear in one of those.
Maybe
his
his
ligaments
meniscus
on
or
the knee. I
something?
think it was the meniscus. I
Okay,
think.
yeah, PCL, ACL.
I think it was a meniscus.
Okay.
Regardless, 6 to 8 weeks, whatever was 6 to 8 weeks recovery.
Yeah.
That's what they put out for his recovery.
Yeah, worth it.
That's
Worth
6
it.
to 8 weeks.
I mean, for
no
the win.
training, no getting out of bed off the couch. type
That's
shit.
not doing shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up. Right after that, we had Yanal Ashmouz. Did you see that knockout over Sam Patterson? It was a good knockout in the first round, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Probably.
Yanal Ashmouz.
Oh, I did, dude.
He went out.
Oh,
That
my
was
God.
a late stoppage.
Oh,
that
my
was a
God.
late stoppage.
It took me a second, then it clicked because I was like, "That okay?" First of all, I'm
That
biased.
was such a late stoppage.
I'm
yeah.
biased, and y'all know my bias. But Ashmouz fights out of Israel. I'm on his team. For the
7-0 now.
and I'm gonna
He
quote,
says I'm on his team.
No,
Just like me with the Asians. You know,
I'm gonna quote Ariel Hawani real quick. Before the anti-Semites enter the chat, he's not Jewish, so calm down.
He isn't Jewish. Yeah.
No.
Lives in
But,
Israel though.
Ashmos and Natan Levy, 2 Israeli fighters that have come onto the UFC scene, and their first fights were both TKO victories in like pretty short amount of time.
Sam got fucked up in that one.
Dare I say, Israel might be
We'll have to
turning
show
out.
you that finish on that one. 'Cause
I saw it.
Did
Dave posted on it on
yes.
Snapchat, I think.
Shout out Dave.
Mad
for
Israeli
Snapchat.
flags, you know.
Yeah. Anything
Mad
Israel
Israeli
related.
flags. Yeah. Anything Israel related, Dave is sharing.
There's a couple of Israeli fighters. They're just not as common. There's those 2.
The
Bear
first
Jew.
Israeli
Bear Jew's
champion.
not. No, he's
the
not.
first Israeli
Oh.
champion. This dude's going crazy.
Oh yeah.
This dude will go
sure.
crazy.
Bellator has an Israeli fighter as well, and Bellator even did a card in Tel Aviv, which just blows my
that's
mind.
fire.
But
That is fire.
Ashmos caught a body on
Caught a
television.
body.
on ESPN Plus. That man
did.
caught a body.
Now, Chris Duncan didn't catch a body, but he caught a win. Decision win right over Omar Morales. 10-1 for Mr. Chris Duncan. Good job. That's the second Chris Duncan to take a win on the card. Nice, if you guys didn't remember the first Chris Duncan. Jack Shore looking great in featherweight. I had to say it twice. 17-1 now. Submission win in the second round over Makhwan Amirkhani. No schlub on the ground. I mean, don't let his record kind of fool you. He's 17-9 now, but dude's a beast, especially on the ground. Congrats to Jack Shore. I mean, just bullying him the whole fight, really.
Yep.
Good job, Jack. We ride with you, bro. Welsh's own. Let's go to this main card. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze. Marvin Vettori doing the damn thing. Decision win over Roman. Good fight though. Who do you think? Or I mean, it was UD. I'm pretty sure.
agree with the decision. I wasn't really questioning whether Vettori won. But
I didn't really want to question it.
It just kind of
because it was kind of you could tell.
Vettori. I think Vittori's problem, or it's not necessarily a problem because he won. So that's
Yeah,
not
he
it's
won.
Not a
He won the
problem.
fight.
But like Vettori has a such a wrestling pedigree when it comes to his typical fighting style, and he started to realize like later on he fell in love with his hands. He straight up went to Thailand and was practicing Muay Thai to get better, and his leg kicks showed.
Yeah.
This man, a wrestler. First of all, wrestlers don't throw leg kicks because in wrestling you don't want to give your leg to your opponent because they'll grab it. So for him to do that, that's uncharacteristic of him. I'm really proud to see that little bit of a development in his striking. And on top of that, like going 5 rounds with Bobby Nux and going 5 rounds with Izzy and not getting baptized with fire will convince you that you belong striking with anyone in the world. And that's what Marvin Vettori is going to do.
Yeah. And he outstruck him. He won the fight.
He needed it, though.
He needed that win.
Because if he didn't get this win, it was murky waters for his
It's murky
future,
because
everyone in front of him, he's
now
lost
he's
to.
19-6.
He's still a beast.
You know, still a beast, and he needed that win to keep his positioning, like you said, in the middleweight division. Then we had Jennifer Maia beating Casey O'Neill. We were riding Casey O'Neill last week, and Jennifer Maia doing the damn thing, dude. She's too good. She has more. She has more wins than Casey O'Neill has fights. Double.
That
of
typically
more.
will play out
So
in
I
a
mean,
fight.
Jennifer Maia looking good. I can't take anything away from her. She made Casey O'Neill look bad that night. I mean, nothing else to say. Still riding with Casey O'Neill. Still one of my favorite female fighters. Shout out Casey. But we had Gunnar Nelson taking out Brian Barberena, just like you said. Submission win in the first round. At the end of the first round, actually. 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Good job, Gunnar Nelson.
I said
welcome back.
That fight was either going to be a war or a quick stoppage.
Quick stoppage it was. I like it.
Good to see Gunnar back.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked great. How about Justin Gaethje?
So I just want to take
winning
a
the
moment.
decision over Fiziev. Then we got Deryk over here throwing on the
Shiesty?
throwing on. No, that ain't a shiesty, man.
Do-rag.
That's a do-rag, dude. Yeah, you tie right, wrap it around. Did you look up online how to tie a do-rag?
He's on WikiHow right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you are such a fake. He is such a fake right now. You didn't even have Chauncey show you how to do it or something. He was.
There's a gap.
Is Chauncey
in the back.
coming tonight? Ah,
There's a gap in the back. Yeah, nice.
We need him
There
to teach you how to-
You're going to do that before you wrap it. Yeah,
Winston
you got to redo
knows,
it.
huh? Damn, Winston knows how to tie a do-rag.
I went to Princeton. No, I'm just kidding.
I like it. I like it. All right, so
So-
let's talk about
so
you in the co-main.
So getting back to the co-main, it was honestly like it impressed me that Gaethje was able to like just kind of neutralize Fiziev for the most part, and he wasn't neutralizing because he was still taking punches. But Gaethje's always been a take one, give one fighter that I was like, he's gonna accept damage, and Fiziev is gonna receive damage of the likes he's not seen before, and it kind of played out that way. But I was the most confident. I was like, this fight can't go 15 minutes. The type of violence that Gaethje brings in every fight he's ever been in won't allow that. And Fiziev is just no chump, man. His face was so battered.
That's
so
every
battered.
person that's ever fought Justin, too.
Now, Justin was taking claim to being the most entertaining fighter or whatever. I will give him credit that he's a super entertaining fighter. But if I'm going to give my money to who I think is the most entertaining fighter in UFC or just MMA right now, it's an opponent that he beat in Michael Chandler. That's just my opinion. Those two have had fight of the year. That's a fact. So...
Dude, he looks good, huh?
He does look good.
Yo, you look good,
Yeah,
bro.
honestly, it looks pretty cool.
You look like
Bro.
you just got out of jail.
Bro, you look like you're
Yeah.
gonna come like wash my fucking windshield against my will and then take my money.
He shouldn't have put the cap on. I like it just do-rag, bro. I'm just kidding. I don't
Whatever
know.
that. But yeah,
I
that
don't know.
that
I'm just trying to shoot
that
jokes.
co-main was it was
a good fight.
It was a good fight, but I was expecting someone to be like unconscious and it didn't happen. And I'm not sad because that didn't
Yeah.
happen because it was a great fight. The fight delivered. I just bet on our parlay that fight wasn't going to last 15
Yeah,
minutes,
you did,
and that
that's the
didn't
leg
happen.
That lost.
It was a great fight, though.
Hey, I lost my leg too, dude. Right here. I bet Casey O'Neill was gonna win.
Did my leg hit?
I don't think we included yours. We didn't
I
include
couldn't
yours 'cause
find it.
At the end of the pod, when we were starting to do the parlay, the game that you had Trey Young making 2 threes in was already started.
Oh.
So
That's what it
we
was.
couldn't add it. It was
Okay,
too
gotcha.
late.
Yeah, it was already too
We
late.
kind of fucked up.
No, it's all good, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But
He
yeah.
did hit it. I remember. I
He
checked.
was for sure gonna get 2
It's
threes.
like-
I checked. I
good job,
forgot.
Winston.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
But no,
we're gonna do good this week.
Co-main was cool. That being said, without being backhanded, I don't know if the performance that Gaethje delivered has convinced me that he has in any way elevated his game. And the reason I mention that is because all of the
He
dudes,
had a takedown against
all the
Fiziev.
people that he's trying to beat above him in the rankings, he's already lost to, and he's already fought with his traditional fighting style. He claims that when he fought Khabib, that he fought dumb, and I'm not gonna.
You could try and get that Dustin win back.
That
Dustin
that would
lost
be
back.
that would be great. I would love to see that. I think that makes a lot of sense because, like, without being mean, I love Dustin Poirier a lot, but the UFC, because of like how like once they lost Khabib, the UFC's like, we need our lightweight pull, and Dustin Poirier is a pull, and because of that,
So is Gaethje.
no, yeah, nothing, not taking anything away from Gaethje, but I think they wanted Dustin to be when he beat McGregor, they're like, all right, we're just gonna throw him like all the hard fights because we know he's gonna put on a show, and I think that isn't necessarily fair to Dustin because he wasn't given a real like run opportunity. He just comes off of title losses and then fights title eliminators. You know what I'm saying?
I see you.
So I feel like that's only a reflection of Dustin being so fucking good. He's
He's
earned
good,
that
dude.
opportunity to be getting title eliminator fights after losing the title because he is that good. He has no business taking a random fight. He's
Take
now
the money, bro.
Once you fought McGregor, he's only going to fight for belts or a McGregor ever again.
Yeah.
Like that's facts. And I'm cool with that. But him versus Gaethje would be great.
It would be
Again,
great.
The first fight was bananas.
It was bananas. I can't wait to see it again if it does happen. Justin Gaethje again winning by decision over Rafael Fiziev in the co-main. Let's talk main event though. Main event UFC 286. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman running it back. This is the third fight, and
Tiebreaker.
it's the tiebreaker and
Draw match.
means
or
everything.
Whatever that
and
term is. Rubber match.
it's crazy because we were talking about it last week a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
can Leon do it? And I was riding Leon, dude. I wanted Leon to win.
I said
I wanted him to win, and he did it. I didn't think he was going to win just because of Kamaru doing Kamaru things, but
so. I said last week that
Leon did it.
I was like, I will never, and the statement remains. I still will never bet against Kamaru Usman. He's that good. I just refuse to bet against him. I don't care who the opponent is. It is what it is. That being said, I did say that the London crowd would have a huge impact on this card because I would say pound for pound, they're the second rowdiest fans in MMA. I would say, like, in certain American markets is the winner. Not every American market, but we still have some of the rowdier fans. But, like, that being said, they were yelling all kinds of shit. They were doing, like...
They chanted with Bruce Buffer for Leon.
Dude, they did all...
That's big.
It was amazing.
That doesn't happen in America.
And then Leon, when he was saying his name or whatever at the beginning, Leon straight up looked at Kamaru and went, headshot dead. Like,
yeah,
so fire.
When Kamaru walked up into Leon's face,
Yeah,
he's all, I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
So, some people were trying to say, it seems like Leon might have broke Kamaru's like mental. That was not the case.
He was the better fighter.
That was not the case at all. I am completely.
He was piecing him up.
I agree
good,
in that decision, and then it was unanimous, so that no one can argue that because 3 judges conferred what I felt. But
did you see that elbow he landed on Kamaru in that exchange that they were having, that combo that Leon threw?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
He wobbled Kamaru at one point. I just want to say that Leon did what a lot of fighters when fighting a super grappler never do, but they say they will, and that's attack the legs. Like he already has compromised knees. We know this. The homie does his sprints in a pool because he can't run because his knees are so like fucked up from time or whatever. So, like,
Dave.
Yeah, well,
fucking whatever, dude.
Regardless, though, like,
all the time, like
Leon kept attacking his legs consistently, and he was setting up that head kick for over 20 minutes. Nice.
That was the head kick. Head kick.
That was a head kick. Sounded like a dog barking.
I'm sorry, I threw something away. Well, anyway, he kept throwing the body kick all fight. He just was like body, because you knew he was gonna get Kamaru to drop his elbow to try to block, because that's the traditional block for a midsection kick. And dare I say, he landed 2 head kicks, and one was really clean. Didn't touch Kamaru at all, but he owned the moment. And I think Usman was giving up on the takedowns because he didn't want to waste energy, and he didn't want to have like a elongated amount of time. I bet you Trevor Whitman...
Leon was stuffing him pretty good.
I bet you Trevor Whitman and him had a thing where it was like, hey, if you don't get the takedown in like 10 Mississippi, you spin off and throw something. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need you wasting energy in this, because if he would have used the same game plan he fought Leon the first time, he would have won, hypothetically. But Leon's game plan was entirely different.
They changed everything.
Leon's game plan was super, super well articulated, and it wasn't close enough to warrant a rematch by any means, if you ask me.
No.
Usman,
I don't want another rematch.
Usman has to go get another win, which, let's face it, I don't think anybody's going to beat Usman, like, anytime soon. I can't believe Leon did it, like, to be honest. I still think at this moment Leon is the better fighter, like, today. I don't think Usman's the better fighter. We have 2 samples to prove that, but we have like 40, or no, it was a 15-minute fight and then like a 24-minute fight, the first 2. So you know what I'm saying? We have that much sample size of Leon just getting big brothered by homie. And then now we have, we have 25 minutes plus like a head kick of Leon owning Usman.
Yep.
So
he did that, and that's probably the better win for Leon.
And
and
there was wasn't there that point deduction for the fence grab?
Yep.
So Leon grabbed the fence in a scramble, which was totally illegal. Totally warrants a point deduction. I'm pretty sure of the 3 judges, he only lost that round to one judge. So one judge gave it 10-8, the other 2 had it 9-9, and that had a lot to do with that UD. Because that round, if you win a round 10-8, that's 2 rounds given to you. That means you got to win 3 rounds and it's your fight, or 2 rounds. I'm sorry, you win 2 rounds and you're up 3.
And you're up 3.
So shout out Leon Edwards,
the champ. He's a good champion, dude. I like.
I love Leon Edwards.
I love Leon Edwards, dude. He's awesome.
Let's not forget,
such a good champ.
Let's not forget, on the night of your bachelor party, Leon Edwards got slapped the fuck up by Diaz. Though he had a 25-minute or 24-minute war of just owning that fool, and then out of nowhere, Diaz just wobbled his ass. So there is that current champ highlight, so that inflates the Diaz head. Someone
can knock out Leon. It's
now,
doable.
So the UFC wants the winner, or wants him to take on Colby Covington. Colby Covington is coming off of the Jorge Masvidal win.
Yeah.
I completely understand the UFC wanting to position that fight based on the other rankings, the current matchups, everything. A lot of people are like, Colby don't deserve it. Colby don't deserve it. But if you think about it, the UFC is going to make a fight for that belt, whether we like it or not. And we got to process of eliminate who's the most worthy. And Colby's one of the only dudes in that top area that's coming off a win who doesn't currently have a bout scheduled.
I think Colby's gonna get fucked up.
He should. MMA math doesn't work, but Usman fucked up Colby and Leon fucked up Usman.
Facts.
MMA math does not work. Styles
Yeah.
make fights. I don't know. The only thing that I think Colby could do to beat Leon is really segue off of the first Usman strategy with the heavy grappling, because Colby's got a gas tank. He's not going to get tired. I'm not saying either of them are going to get tired, but we know Colby won't. If Colby can just stick to that game plan and be on him like white on rice, just doesn't let off of him, bro, and just makes it boring, a typical Colby bout, Colby can grind it. I don't think he will, because he's going to be in fear for his life that shin is just going to be like grazing his face at some point.
I dig it. Let's see what happens.
Leon said he doesn't want Colby. He wants the winner of some other...
Jorge and
he wants to redeem
Gilbert.
himself. He wants to redeem himself against Jorge because Jorge at that that London
the past
card
thing.
when the
Three piece and
so Jorge does not deserve a title shot, even
If he beats Gilbert, I think he does.
if he beats Gilbert in like Ben Askren fashion.
No, I think even if he beats Gilbert,
I'm just
give it to him,
I'm
because that's the
weird.
bigger story, bigger fight,
I
more
guess.
money.
I guess I just think that Jorge, other than beating,
Because I don't think if
Other
you're saying Jorge doesn't deserve a title shot, neither does Colby.
but Colby
does not.
Colby at least beat Jorge and lost to Usman.
Yeah, twice.
So did Jorge.
Yeah, but Colby's what's the last fight that Colby fought?
Jorge.
Oh yeah.
And he beat him.
He beat Jorge. You're right. I forgot about that fight. But
He's the only one in that top three that's coming
before
off
that,
a win without a bout
he already lost to
scheduled.
the champ twice, and if Kamaru would have won that title, Colby would have not been in the talks at all.
I guarantee you
Would have not been in the
I
talks at all.
guarantee you, if Leon lost in UK because Colby was cage side, so that they could have that moment for him to talk shit. I guarantee you, the winner of that fight, like shy of it being like a really controversial 5-minute or 5-round fight, was gonna get that promo from Colby regardless. I think the UFC knew what they were doing.
No.
And he was the backup fighter for the card. He was the guy if neither of them
Yeah,
made
but that
weight,
doesn't mean shit.
he was stepping in.
I don't mean shit.
I'm not saying I think he outright deserves it. I think that weight class, the welterweight division, is kind of.
I'm just saying, if you're saying Jorge don't deserve it, neither the fuck does Colby. You know who does? Bilal.
Oh yeah.
So
Obvi.
we can't even talk about like.
I was just speaking to like the marketing giant
Yeah.
UFC agenda.
Yeah.
Not like the pure Bilal Muhammad, Chito Vera, Benail Dariush. These are fighters that have there's no excuse that these dudes haven't fought for a title yet. We're going to get to Chito later, but the reason I mention those is because like we have these regurgitations of draws, the Colby Covingtons, the Jorge Masvidals. People want to see these guys win and lose in pay-per-view buys, and so the UFC sees nothing past that.
Facts. All right, let's talk about this card though, because we don't have too much time left.
Oh, yep.
All right, so we have UFC on ESPN. Vera versus Sandhagen. Very, very good headlining card here. Or main event, I guess.
The main event has a lot on it.
Winston, pull up these odds for me, man. Let's run through them real quick.
I got you.
Here, I'm not going to sit like that. Let's start with this flyweight fight. Victor Altamirano taking on Vinicius Salvador. This is a flyweight bout. Bet on the under 2.5. Guarantee it'll hit. I don't really know either of these guys. What are those odds looking like?
Toss up. Victor's at a -104, and Vinicius
Yes.
is at a -112. So
I like it. Okay. All right.
I'm not familiar with either of these fighters.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with either of these. What's the under 2.5? I'm just curious.
under 2.5. I can't even do that.
It's okay.
It's money line, and that's the only bet
It's
I
all
can do.
good. We got CJ Vergara taking on Daniel De Silva in the flyweight. Bet the under 2.5. Any flyweight fight, bet the under 2.5. That's just a good thing to bet on. Right after that, we have Trevin Giles taking on Preston Parsons. Or actually, give me those money line odds for Vergara and De Silva.
Vergara's a -250, and then Silva's a +205.
How about Trevin Giles, Preston Parsons?
Legit toss up -108 for each of them.
Wow. Okay.
Some coin flip odds.
It's a welterweight fight. I don't know. I've seen Trevin Giles fight. He's 15-4, but I don't know about this Preston Parsons guy. I feel like I've watched him fight, but I don't know off the top of the head.
The roster's got like 500 fighters.
Yeah,
There's
it's
going to
hard.
be so many that we're unfamiliar with.
This is one I do know. Steven Peterson taking on Lucas Alexander. Lucas, the new guy, 7-3, taking on Steven Peterson, 19-10. Not the best record, but still in the UFC featherweight. Anything can happen. What are the odds for that one?
Steven's got a -164. Lucas got a +138.
Nice. Okay, Daniel. This is a close card under close odds prelims card. Daniel Pineda taking on Tucker Lutz. I know Pineda. Don't know Lutz. I've probably seen Lutz fight though. He looks a little familiar.
Lutz is the favorite, -270. Pineda
Wow,
is,
that's a
+220.
big one over Pineda. Pineda's 27-14, but then Tucker Lutz is 12-2. So the new guy, or I don't want to really
Momentum
say new
versus
guy,
experience.
but momentum versus experience in this fight right here. That is your feature prelim.
To not go the distance is -250.
Nice. That might
What weight class are they?
parlay that up. They are in the featherweight.
Not bad.
Not bad. All right. Getting on to the main card. We got Chidi Njokuani taking on Albert Dureyev. I got Njokuani just because I really like the guy. Love watching him fight. What are the odds on that, though?
Nukwani or whatever. How are you saying?
Andrew Kawani.
Okay. He's got -166.
-166.
Good old Albert, we got +140.
Okay. Yeah. Njokuani would be a good parlay piece as well.
To not go the distance, we got -380.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
Fat one.
You know.
All right. How about Alex Perez taking on Manel Kopp?
Cop, we got -184, and then Perez, we got +154.
I'm gonna ride with Manel Kopp for this fight. Also take the under 2.5 for that fight as well. Gonna be a good one. Alex Perez 24-7 taking on Manel Kopp, 18-6.
Under 2.5 is -180. So
I will pick that up. That's a nice one. Andrea Lee taking on Macy Barber. Shout out Macy.
Did you see Macy Barber at the pre-fight press conference?
Yes.
She's looking beautiful as ever.
Dime piece.
did you guys see those two MMA fighters, women, like kiss?
Yeah, so they weren't legit MMA fighters. They were. It was like an OnlyFans thing. They were like OnlyFans girls.
Okay, makes sense.
Like
That's why they
competing in
made
MMA.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a 2 versus 2. I don't know. It was weird. All right. We got Nate Landwehr back. Love seeing him fight. Taking on Austin Lingo.
So Macy and Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
Macy, we got -280, and then Andrea, we got +220.
Yeah, we're riding. We're riding with Macy Barber here. We're a Macy Barber house. Am I right, Dave?
Oh, yeah, I love you, Macy Barber.
I thought he was talking to you, Ricky. I was like, whoa.
I know. Huh? I love you too, bro. Nate Landwehr versus Austin Lingo. I'm going Landwehr.
Landwehr, we got -215. Lingo, we got +180.
Let's go, Nate. Then we have Holly Holm back. Look at Holly Holm is back. 14-6.
Speaking of Holly Holm,
Just signed a new contract.
4-fight deal, and they've already, if I'm not mistaken, it has like implied opponents if she's to win.
Shout out Holly Holm. Signing a contract at 41 years old.
You know
She's
who?
41?
41 years old.
She's
in
the
UFC.
only human being to hold a sanctioned boxing belt, like an IBF, IBC, WBC belt, and because she won it in women's whatever weight class boxing, and a UFC belt. She's the only human to ever do that. No man has ever won a boxing belt and then gone to the UFC and won a championship.
Yeah, I thought she was a kickboxer.
She was a boxer originally, and then she transitioned into kickboxing before she went into MMA.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's a beast, dude.
Multifaceted.
Holly Holm is a beast. 14-6. And then she's taking on Yana Santos.
These odds are pretty
yeah,
gnar.
yeah. Odds are going to be pretty gnar on that. They're both 14-6.
It's not disrespectable. I have -200 for Holly.
I got Holly Holm -250.
Or sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
That's a little more disrespectful.
-250 and +200.
Yana's
for
a good
Yana.
fighter, but I do see Holly Holm winning this fight. Let's talk about this main event, though. Last thing we're probably going to talk about, then we make our parlay and get out of here. Marlon Chito Vera taking on Corey Sandhagen in the main event.
Denver's own Corey.
Denver's
Sandhagen.
own Corey Sandhagen.
So I'm a huge Chito Vera fan.
Same.
He's such a dog. I love his story. There's probably not one dude in the whole UFC that, like, this dude has David Goggins training regimens. Like, he runs like 10 miles a day, gets up at like 4 a.m. to go
Dude's
run.
a beast.
Trains. Like, I don't think the only way I see Marlon Vera losing, Chito Vera losing, is either like a flash KO, which anyone is susceptible to, or him beating himself. He trains so hard.
He
and I'm
does.
such a big fan of his that, like, I think he's got He's going to win. I think what's going to happen if I had to, as a betting man, I think he wins this fight, and then he goes and he probably fights Sean O'Malley to stay relevant because he likes being, like, I know he beat O'Malley, but O'Malley's the number 2 guy behind Merab Dvalishvili now. Maybe he goes and fights Merab Dvalishvili. That could be a great fight. I would have Chito Vera winning that from my heart. Just my heart.
I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to place a bet on that, though. Merab is...
But Corey Sandhagen has all the tools in his work belt to win this fight. This wouldn't be a shock. You wouldn't, like, if Corey Sandhagen won in any fashion, I'm talking KO, TKO, submission, 5-round decision, you wouldn't surprise me. Like,
yeah.
So
I want
Sandhagen to win because the Coloradan in me is just like...
That's how I am, too. I want it because of Colorado,
that's
but,
our
like,
dog, but
I love Chito Vera so much.
He's got to be one of the most... like likable fighters in the whole thing, like hands down. I love Chito Vera.
So I'm probably gonna go Chito Vera. What are those odds?
Cody's actually the favorite, minus 170.
Corey,
yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Cody, another white.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we got Chito as the underdog.
Chito plus 138.
You know, Chito. If we're talking torso to leg ratios, he has the highest leg to torso ratio in the whole roster. His legs are so long for the general length of his body.
I think that's good.
That's amazing because he's gotten so many head kick victories.
Yep.
If you look like all the people he's
kicked, flying knee.
Yeah, or flying knee, or like up kicks, like Frankie Edgar, head kick win. Dominic Cruz, head kick win. Like the list goes on. Like this man's legs are so long, and he trains with Luke Rockhold, like who's an amazing kickboxer. So he's training with a dude who cuts weight to make 185. And you got to imagine he holds, like, I'm not saying he could beat Luke Rockhold up or vice versa. I just think he's holding his own in sparring sessions. Otherwise, we wouldn't see him baptizing everyone's face with his feet. Like,
yeah. So the not going the distance is plus 102. That's a 5-round fight.
That fight shouldn't go the distance. Corey Sandhagen is a dog, though. I've never seen Sandhagen TKO'd. I've just seen him choked out. Or like when Aljo put on like a 45-second grappling clinic on him.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my FanDuel up.
You're all good.
This parlay here.
Before we make our quick parlay, I just have a couple of tiny footnotes that are all MMA adjacent worth mentioning.
Hit them.
Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk fights talks have currently stalled.
Yep.
There's demands that aren't being agreed upon right now.
Fury called him out so much on I think Twitter.
So that's
made
sad.
a whole video
that will be
calling him a pussy.
That's going to be the biggest fight in boxing history if I'm talking heavyweight.
Sounds like it's not happening anymore at all.
It might not. That would really break my heart. Another thing worth mentioning, shout out fucking Ben Rothwell. He's going to be on the BKFC Denver card.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be awesome.
That's huge. The UFC informally announced that Conor McGregor is going to fight Michael Chandler in September, and they haven't said the date. But
didn't hear that.
It's weird. The official post says lightweight, but everyone is saying it's going to be at welterweight, and Conor even said he would fight him at 185, which no one wants to see.
They're fighting at 170.
If I think 170 is what they're going to do, because the reason that the UFC is doing that, whoever loses won't affect their title odds at 155, which is what they're really vying for.
I'm pretty sure McGregor said on Ariel Helwani's that they're at 170 for this fight.
I'm also pretty sure Michael Chandler's going to fuck him up.
It's going to be a crazy fight.
The other news, there's a BKFC card happening tonight. There's 2 belts on the line. One's a rematch of a female fight. I'm not familiar with a lot of the BKFC roster because there's just a lot of fighters that I don't know the names of, so I'm not even going to get into that. Tonight was supposed to be Rodtang versus Superlik on 1FC. Rodtang had to step out due to an injury, so Superlik is... I forgot the opponent's name. Still should be a great card. That's happening right now on Amazon Prime. And then the last footnote, David Benavidez, Caleb Plant tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that is going
tomorrow.
on tonight.
It's either tomorrow or Sunday, because sometimes Showtime does Sunday cards. But I think
got
it's
Benavidez.
Saturday.
I got Benavidez.
I mean, Benavidez is undefeated.
Undefeated,
So,
yeah.
that's all the footnotes I have as far as my parlay. I kind of like the main event not going the distance on Saturday.
Okay. Hold on. Before we make this parlay, wanted to shoot out these scores for March Madness real quick. We got San Diego losing to Alabama right now, 45-39. We have 12 minutes left in the second half. Then we have the U up on Houston at halftime, 42-36.
Get them.
Don't know if it's going to happen, though. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about this parlay, though. So you want the main event
right now, not going the distance is plus 108 on.
Wow.
But to be honest, betting Chito Vera winning a money line is juicy too.
It is plus 138.
Let's humor. Put your parlays on, and then when you add mine, let's try the not going the distance versus Chito winning.
All right,
see
so
what
we'll
the
save
outcomes
yours
are.
for last. How are you feeling, Winston?
I'm gonna go Princeton, plus 10.5 points. So basically saying that they're gonna lose by less than or win. They're gonna lose by less than 10 points.
So let me go to
Or win.
basketball.
All they have to do is lose by less than 10 or win by any amount, and they satisfy that bet.
Yes. Yep. So and that's minus 120 as of right now.
So I have Princeton plus 10.5 minus 120.
yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
it?
I meant.
Okay.
That's what I meant. My bad.
Yeah.
You're good.
So hit that.
Okay, we're at minus 120 right now with that.
What are you thinking?
Let me pull up my fights real quick.
I have
I kind of want to go Enju Kawani minus 166.
okay.
That's a good pickup. I might just pick up a flyweight under. Really, might pick up a flyweight under.
Yeah, I've been taking
They
it a little
hit.
risky. So let's get a gimme. Let's keep
you wanna,
humoring gimmies.
You want a gimme? Okay.
Because
Let's
mine
do gimmies.
I might just trade mine for a gimme if I can find one. Because mine's kind of risky.
We're picking up Macy Barber minus 270. Riding with Macy Barber.
That's a gimme.
Let's go. That's my leg. Minus 270 Macy Barber. Princeton plus 10.5 minus
So-
120. We're at plus 151.
Add
right
not going the distance because that doesn't imply that either fighter is the winner. It just implies that it doesn't. Someone gets finished. So Chito versus Sandhagen plus
now. There's
108.
two ways to win that way too. That's
Yeah.
that helps.
So it's a decision would win the bet. Or, I mean, no decision wins the bet, or like a stoppage.
To not go the distance, it's a plus 102. That brings our parlay to plus 407.
That's not bad at all.
That's pretty good.
And those should be gimmies. Macy Barber is a super expected winner. Like her odds speak to that. Yours sounds like hard to not happen.
Yeah, I mean,
If they
Princeton
get blown
could.
out, that's the only way that you don't win that.
Yeah.
So
Is
we're at a
blowout.
plus 407 for this Sport Champs parlay. We have Princeton plus 10.5. You got to bet that right now. And then we have Macy Barber minus 270, just a money line pick. And then we have Marlon Chito Vera versus Corey Sandhagen, not going the distance, plus 102. We're at a plus 407. If you bet $5, you win $20.37. If you bet $10, you win $40.75. Not bad, not bad. So go ahead and put that parlay right now if you're watching this live. If you're not watching this live, you might miss it if it's not today
Yep.
because Princeton's playing. Good job, Winston.
Yep.
But it's okay. We'll see if we hit right here, dude. Boom.
Oh, we're
Princeton.
hitting.
We're hitting 10.5 right here, dude.
Oh yeah.
That shit ain't going the distance. And Macy Barber. That has been Sport Champs. Don't forget to hit the links below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
You're
Later.
What's up, guys? We just hit 1,500 subs. We're trying to make it 2,000. Help us out and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for